We are so back, fellas. It is the first glorious Sunday of a 17-week journey of pain and suffering for some of us who have Xavier Worthy, but also great jubilation for those of us who do not.
I will say, fantastic news for you, right? The fact that it is a dislocated shoulder.
It's not. I'm not out of the woods yet. If he needs surgery, he's cooked.
Oh, actually? Okay.
Yeah,
I saw the report. I saw
surgery. It's like 4 to 6 weeks, but if he needs surgery, he's cooked.
So this is what I was hearing. So when I saw dislocated, I assumed that it meant like no tear. Basically, the way it works is obviously your shoulder's right next to your labrum, right? So if you dislocate it like normally, that's fine. They'll pop it back in place. It just will take time to heal. But if he tears any part of his labrum, like we're talking about the Hollywood Brown from last year.
Yeah. I know he would have been rushed to the hospital if he tore his labrum. In Brazil, they would have rushed him to the hospital. So positive news is that it's definitely not going to be a 1 to 2 week injury, because that would actually have been the best news if it was an AC sprain or something like that. But it's going to probably send him to IR for the next 4 games guaranteed. It's just going to depend on, is it the 4 to 6 week injury? Because then he could be back by week 7, week 8. Unfortunately for me, I just look back and I go, oh my God, I could have, Kenneth Walker and Jamison Williams and those guys right now if I didn't make those trades, because, Worthy now is no longer going to be a part of my team. All I ended up really netting out of that deal is Pacheco instead of Pollard and Zay Flowers pretty much now. So not feeling good about my trades so far. But you know what? You know what gives me solace? I put this in the Flock League yesterday. I look down at my roster and I don't have to go, oh God, I hope Garrett Wilson can live up to his draft capital this week. I see Bijan and Lamar Jackson's beautiful mug smiling back at me, and I think everything's going to be just fine.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, sorry. Nick, the editor, just asked me something. I'm good now. Yeah, I mean, it's just every trade, like 1 weekend. Obviously, it's hard to analyze like 1 weekend, but like 1 weekend, it's like, we were big Pacheco over Pollard guys. Now after week 1, how does the workload look? Like, is it a committee? Like, are they just going to throw the ball?
I'm not worried, to be honest.
I'm getting a little bit worried.
I'm not. That was a top 3 run defense. They abandoned the run. Chiefs were playing down at least a touchdown the entire game.
Not even that, just more so the split relative between him and Kareem Hunt. I didn't want to see A, and B, when they did get in the red area, they were fucking throwing the football. Like, they were not running.
They were. You're right. Yeah, but again,
that's what made me worried.
That's what it looks like in the worst game script possible. I think it's probably going to look a lot better in game scripts where they're not running into the back of the offensive lineman every single play, and Kareem Hunt isn't on the field constantly because they're playing from behind.
Well, 100%. I mean, I'm just saying relative to Pacheco versus Pollard, it's like, if we have to redraft today, you take Pollard over Pacheco just based off the expected workload. Right?
I mean, I'd like to see what Pollard looks like today against the Denver Broncos defense, because I have a feeling like the workload will be better for sure, like the snaps and whatnot.
That's the point.
Yeah, I just think that the same way that I was talking about Breece Hall, like, hey, maybe early in the season it's a little bit of a split. I think Pacheco eventually will get heated up to the point that he starts really, taking off from the rest of the backfield. And this matchup against the Chargers, they were a top 3 run defense last year, and I could argue they got better up the middle. So it's a defense that you just don't, you're not going to want to fuck with this defense against the run. Like I just know it's going to be the case all year. The Eagles next week for Pacheco will be a little bit better. We saw Javonte Williams be able to get some stuff done, and there's actually a bit of a cupcake stretch in a row after that.
That's the determination now. I don't actually know if he can or cannot get suspended, but Jalen Carter could very well be back for that game too, which is not
no, for sure. And speaking of guys who could or could not be suspended, we also saw Judkins get finally signed. I'm pissed because I had this whole bit, because I'm playing Nathan next week. I had this whole bit planned. I don't think, even if he plays, I don't think Nathan will feel comfortable starting.
I know.
I had this whole bit plan. You know how I put up the record for you? And I'm going to do that every single week with like an old timey record for Team Unk. I have a perfect one for Judkins and the situation with Nathan, but now that he's signed, I can't do it.
By the way, again, for those of you that are curious, Danny, where have you been in the last couple Flock League clips? I just realized yesterday that apparently my gain was just unusable for clips. So last week we had, Nathan and Mason making fun of me. Oh, Danny artificially raises his players. I had a whole diatribe defending myself that none of it could have been used. So in the Flock League, if anybody was watching, they're probably like, damn, Danny, defend yourself a little bit. Like, they're just kind of ratting on you. And you called me delusional for thinking I could win. I made a response to that. That obviously wasn't in there because my audio was completely cooked. So Yeah,
I
spam
mean,
it in the
learning how
comments
to use technology 6 year doing this might be a start.
dude. I just didn't realize that my gain was fucked up. Like you go and you record, and I took that shit on the chin. Literally though, I took that shit on the chin. But I will say, maybe me being quiet, that's actually going to end up working out for me a little bit better because off to a pretty decent start this week.
Yeah, I fucking know as the person who's playing you. You know what? I'm not giving up hope yet. I know
I'm
McConkey,
not either.
Pacheco, and Worthy combined for basically the same amount of points that your singular CD Lamb put up, but
Yep.
Bijan and Lamar, man, you got to be worried about those two guys. Like they're always capable of dropping a 30 burger on you.
And I addressed it. I did a couple clips yesterday. Obviously, a celebratory cigar. You guys will see it in the next episode. But celebratory cigar, a little spoiler for the Travis Hunter news. It's like, who would have thought the generational wide receiver would be an every down wide receiver? Wild to even assume that would have been the case. But I also said in the clip, I'm like, I do feel for Corey, like a tough situation on Friday. But I mean, he's still got guys that you got to watch out for. The Baltimore onslaught. Then you got Bijan. Like, I'm not writing it in the cards yet. I'm not learning from last year. I was last year talking a little too prematurely, and then my entire team went down to IR. I'm just gonna take it by ear this year. I'm gonna take my dubs as they
Thursday
come.
and Friday last year, it looked like Sal had me by the balls, and I came back and won that matchup.
Sorry,
too.
Corey.
So sorry, Corey, indeed. Okay, let's get into some questions here. As always, if you guys are new around here, this is how it's going to work. First off, hit the like button, put a hurt on it because football is back, and we absolutely love that shit. So hit the like button so more people can see this stream for us. Second of all, we're going to go through site questions. In the link in the chat, there's a starred thing that says ask a question. You can skip the line. I'm sure a lot of you guys have vouchers. If you did purchase our season pass, you should have a start sit question voucher in there that you guys can use. And third of all, when we're done with the questions, if we have time, we can go back to the very top of the chat to answer any start sit questions that we have time for. So if you asked your question very early in the stream, we're going to go in chronological order. So absolutely no reason you should be spamming questions in here because we will only see them in chronological order. So if you spam a bunch of questions, we're going to throw you in timeout anyways. But let's get it going here.
I do want to address one thing because Cats, absolutely. I still don't understand how he was about 2 rounds.
Try April, by the way, Cats. Try since April. Because when they drafted him, they literally said this.
But that's what I mean. Like, how was he going in the 6th round for so many leagues? Like, I said it before. I'll say it again. This is one of the most opportune market inefficiencies we've ever seen.
Yeah, well, and I traded in my home league. I traded away Brian Thomas, due in part because I have Travis Hunter also, and I traded away Brian Thomas for the package that I got for him, Hampton and Jaden Reed and Devontae Smith. Obviously, through 1 week, Devontae Smith and Hampton didn't have good performances, but I like the usage I saw from both of those guys, so I feel pretty good about what that trade looks like going forward. And if Hunter and Thomas are closer than a lot of people or the ADP would suggest that they will be in production, which I think is definitely going to be the case, then I think I made the right move there, but we'll have to wait and see how that one pans out.
I can't rank it like this, obviously, and I do prefer Brian Thomas Jr. if you're asking me to start sit. But what odds would you actually put on Hunter straight up outproducing him this week? Because I think it's a lot higher than a lot of people think.
I'd say like 25, 30%.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. And I have both of them as top 20 receivers. BTG came in as 6. And I mean, the Jaguars might fucking put up some points.
I'm so excited to watch the 1 p.m. slate. I'm definitely going to have Buccaneers Falcons, obviously, on one of my monitors for sure. But then Jaguars and Panthers, I'm very, very excited to watch because I have Hunter and McMillan in my home league. Plus, I just want to see what both of those offenses look like. Definitely some of the offenses I'm most excited to watch. Okay, let's get into some start sits here. Matthew Golden, Josh Downs, Calvin Ridley is the main options. I lean towards Downs, but it is close between him and Golden. Where do you go here?
Between Downs versus Golden, I would go Golden slightly. I have Golden as my wide receiver 32 and Downs, I believe, at 36. So close call. It depends how big of a discrepancy you have between them. But
they're a pretty big discrepancy for me.
Really?
I just love the matchup for Josh Downs and the Colts offense today.
Yeah, for me, the way I would counter it, again, I really love the offense, but when we're talking about the game environment, we're talking about the offensive implied total. No Jaden Reed in this game, potentially, with the foot injury.
Is he questionable or is he potentially playing?
He's a questionable, but like some of the reports were very, very, very up and down. So some of the monitor there, at least at the time I was making the video yesterday, maybe something came out today.
I'm looking at his practice report here. He was did not practice limited this week.
Yeah, I think he's a true question mark.
Yeah, I'd say there's a very, very true questionable type of situation here. If I were them, I would definitely play it, safe with him because you don't want him missing significant time. But
The other part too, by the way, Dontavian Wicks also questionable. Savion Williams also questionable. There's a very real possibility the top 3 trio for pass catchers for the Packers at home 25 implied total divisional game is going to end up being Tucker Kraft, Matthew Golden, and Romeo Doubs. So I actually have Golden as my wide receiver 32, but that's nothing down on Downs because I also think he's got a great matchup in the slot this week against Miami. They're literally both top 36 for me. Like, pick them out of the hat.
Yeah, I have Romeo Doubs as a top 51 receiver as well. Like, he's my wide receiver 51. I think he's a really good play this week.
I don't mind him this week.
And if anybody wants a nice little sneaky anytime touchdown bet, I think Romeo's a great option for that specifically. But yeah, I would roll with Downs here, but I do like Golden quite a bit. Yep. We could move on to the next question here. We got Brocodile here, another start sit. Looks like a flex decision between Breece Hall, Josh Downs, Matthew Golden, and Travis Hunter.
It's Travis Hunter.
Yeah, I will make because I agree. I think it's Travis Hunter. I think the next closest for me would be Breece Hall, just because I do think I trust the touches and the receiving work of that game environment. I think it's gonna be a rare run heavy game script for both teams.
Let me ask you this though: would you rather watch Travis Hunter in a 25 implied point Jaguars offense going up against the Panthers, or Breece Hall in a timeshare committee going up against the Steelers in a 37.5 over/under game?
I would much rather watch Travis Hunter, and in full PPR, I think you lean with the receiver generally as flex decisions are concerned. Sawyer's got a trade question here for us.
Downs and Pickens all day, baby. Give me Downs and Pickens.
Yeah, I'll take. I mean, for me, Flowers versus Pickens is a wash, but I do prefer Downs to Shakir. So it's probably an even wider gap for you because I imagine you do have Pickens ahead of Zay Flowers, but it is at least a wash for me.
Yep. I would.
Speaking of Zay Flowers, I'm going to need the guy to be like a wide receiver 1 in fantasy this year if I'm going to have any hope of winning our trade. He's got to be like the Nico of the trade, pretty much, for me to win it.
Literally. And then you got to hop on camera and just bag defend,
Yeah. I mean, I generally do love Zay this week, and I think that he's got a chance for a monster game. With no Isaiah Likely in this one, I think that they're gonna heavily rely on Flowers and Andrews. So I do fear for you a little bit on this Sunday, because we could go into this Sunday night game, Danny, and you could be up 60 points, and I would not feel safe with the triple stack Baltimore Ravens that I got.
For sure. I will say, you kept talking about, Vikings defense, this and that. Who was the single worst defense against opposing fantasy wide receivers last year, Corey?
Minnesota.
And who plays on Monday Night Football?
Rome Odunze. I'm not worried about the receiver position. I think that the game environment in general will not be very conducive to fantasy points for either team. I just think that the game might hit the under, and it might not be that great of a fantasy game.
I'm not even just saying this because I have him all over the place. It's like, even if I had him in no spots, I would still be high on him. Obviously, I drafted him because I'm high on him. I mean, the answer here very easily for me is Rome Odunze, and Rome Odunze has
Pearsall ranked higher.
Where do you have them both ranked?
34 and 37, respectively.
There's a bigger gap between them for me. There's like 24 and 40.
We might end up getting them, but we're going to end up getting them both in here, so it doesn't actually matter. And Pearsall would be the one you start in your receiver spot because Odunze plays on Monday night. Yeah. But yeah, I like Odunze. I think he's got a chance for a nice week. I actually really like the matchup for Pearsall as well, because I do think with McCaffrey a little bit banged up and the Seahawks a little weaker, specifically like kind of slot corner over the middle of the field.
Witherspoon plays a lot from the slot though. Witherspoon plays a lot of snaps from the slot.
Witherspoon does, but Pearsall gets moved around a lot. Like last year, I saw somebody tweet out like a thread of Pearsall's usage, and people said like people aren't talking about enough that Pearsall is pretty matchup independent of any of the 49ers wide receivers. He has they use him a lot around the formation. I
still like Pearsall. Again, he's 39 for me. I have him and Jennings back to back because at the end of the day, if you're healthy and you're in the San Fran offense, Kyle Shanahan's going to get production from his receiving game because he's just that good of a schemer. So realistically, I still love both. But I mean, I just don't know why not enough people are talking about how like Rome Odunze could fucking crush on Monday night. Like, we could be leaving Monday Night Football thinking, how the fuck did we let this guy fall to the round 5, round 6? Like, I'm not even just saying that to say that, but dude, let me just paint the picture. 6'3" X wide receiver going up against the single worst defense against fantasy wide receivers last year on Monday night.
Yeah, I mean, I know your Rome Odunze stance. I know you're high on Rome Odunze. You don't have to tell me twice. I want to.
We got too many questions for Diet.
Like, honestly, it is about the tape. Like, there's guys that on Monday I want to like legit sit down and watch all 22 on. And O'Dunes, well, I guess it would be Tuesday for him, but I legit want to sit down and watch all 22 on O'Dunes because I want to see what he looks like. And same goes for some of these rookies like Tedero McMillan and Hunter and stuff. I just want to see what they actually look like, regardless of whatever stat line they put up.
We're going to this weekend. We've talked about it for fucking how long, Corey? Now we get to see Foot hit the fucking gridiron. We get to see these boys fucking grind. Like, I am so excited, man. You don't even realize.
Yeah, dude. I like that Jaguars-Panthers game, and that like I can't do. I tweeted it out yesterday. I'm literally fucking bricked up to watch Emeka Egbuka play, dude. Like I am bricked up to watch this guy. Also, you might notice in the background here, we are getting the Jets energy out of my life. So no more Mariners jersey behind me. We are putting a winning franchise jersey behind me. A guy who sealed a Super Bowl or a Super Bowl appearance and then eventually a Super Bowl victory for the Tampa Bay Bucks. Imagine losing Super Bowls, by the way. Couldn't be Tampa Bay. Like 2-0, and we beat the living daylights of everyone we play in the Super Bowl. So
also, I've been wanting to get a Travis Hunter jersey for a bit in the Flock League, but every time I've thought about doing it, I'm like, well, shit. If I get this, I'm gonna have to pay $100 in tariffs.
Yeah, no, we're going to pay a lot. I mean, you'd probably be able to get it off of NFLshop.ca. He's a popular enough player that they'd probably have him on the Canada version.
Oh, would they have it in the Canada version?
Yeah, okay, Hunter's too popular of a player for them not to have. I would like if Egbuka goes off, like, or Bijan go, like, I want to get a jersey of somebody that's on my team too, and Egbuka is the logical choice because he plays for my favorite team.
Hunter would have to be the guy I get, like after fucking all off season, dude. Like,
for sure, yeah. But anyways, yeah, Law, we would roll with Odunze and Pearsall there. Rango, we got Judkins. This is a dynasty trade, 1 quarterback league, start 8.
Judkins.
Cortland Sutton and a 4th for Judkins. This was submitted yesterday, so I'm assuming they know that Judkins re-signed with the team or signed with the team and signed his contract. I think that Judkins is the clear answer for me here, especially if you're in need of running back help.
Well, I mean, just in general, dynasty philosophy, Sutton's a depreciating asset. I'm perfectly fine setting him for a swing on the upside of Judkins because Sutton's never going to be a top 20 dynasty wide receiver. Can Judkins be a top 5 to 8 dynasty running back? Absolutely. So just from a process standpoint, you always swing for the upside with these type of assets, like a Cortland Sutton, if it can get you a guy like Quinshon Judkins, even if there's risk. Yeah,
no, absolutely. Yeah, it feels I'm gonna we're gonna do this week. We'll do some updates to our rest of season rankings, dynasty rankings, and all that kind of stuff. And after Judkins signed, I'll probably bump him up from RB15, probably in that same territory as like Kyron and Jacobs and those guys, because I think now that he's signed, he's definitely a lot less risky. There's definitely probably going to be some discipline coming his way, whether it's this season or next year. But yeah, I feel a lot better about investing in the asset from a dynasty perspective. Blau here, running back position, Kenneth Walker's the easy answer there. Wide receiver, Stephon Diggs, Calvin Ridley, and Josh Downs. My highest ranked is again Josh Downs in this question.
Downs and Diggs are back to back for me right now.
I mean, we're going to get both of them in this question by the looks of it, because he doesn't really have any other options. Yeah, I think both of them are going to be in here, and they both play at 1 p.m. So
perfect. Who's he having at wide receiver 1 right now? You could just put him in the flex for.
Puka plays at 4, so you can move. Yeah, he plays at 4, so you can move him into the flex. You also I mean, maybe people are wondering why we wouldn't start Ridley there. I guess the reason that I'm not is because he's going to get the PS2 treatment.
Yeah. Oh, I have Ridley buried, dude. Where do you have Ridley
buried too? I get he's probably going to have targets and whatnot, but like it's Cam Ward in his first NFL game going 2 mile high, and he's going to Patrick Surtain on him like white on rice.
Where do you have Ridley ranked?
At 40.
42 for me.
Yeah, I don't feel great about him this week. If I don't have to start Ridley, I probably wouldn't. I do want to type this in the chat real quick. If anybody is just looking for an easy start sit advice answer all season, you don't want to sit here and wait for us to get to your question. Our weekly start sit rankings are available, are up to date. And every single week, you guys can basically just go and get our opinion on who we would start in your lineup by checking those start sit rankings, both for flex position questions, because it's overall rankings, or for just specific positional questions. So if you guys do want to check that out, that is available on the site. You also get the start sit decision manifesto, which has all those like Vegas information stuff, matchup information stuff, so you can make your own decisions as well, because I think that's the best way to go about things. If you guys want my opinion, of course, you can get it, or Danny's opinion, you can get it by our rankings. But I think making your own decisions using the best information that you can find, which is in the Start Sit Decision Manifesto, is the best way to set your fantasy lineups. Because then when you make a wrong decision, you don't have to blame us. You can blame yourself, and you can keep on rolling there. So if you guys do want that, that's available on the site. Of course, you get access to it with a monthly membership, or you can get the season pass and be covered for the entire year. If you think about it this way, it's $34 for the season pass. It would cost you let's say you super chatted us $3, $4, $5 every single week to answer a start sit question for you, you'd be paying more than the season pass by week 9, week 10. And that's assuming you only ask one question per week. So I think that's probably the best bang for your buck if you guys are just looking for start sit advice help. Next question we have here, JJ or Justin Fields?
By the way, confirmation 53 seconds ago, Adam Schefter, Christian McCaffrey will play in week 1, which I guess we expected, but after last year, there's a little sour taste in your mouth. So
I mean, it's I suppose it's better for a lot of people to hear it. It's like when you have like a toxic partner and they tell you, I'm definitely not cheating on you today. It's a good good thing to hear out loud than what Christian McCaffrey has done to people. What are you rolling with here? You going JJ McCarthy? You going Justin Fields?
Whew. I mean, this is a tough one here because on one hand, obviously, you got the rushing expertise for a guy like Justin Fields. On the other hand, it's a terrible game environment. I have JJ McCarthy at 18 and Fields at 19. And these are my draft rankings? No, okay. Sorry, 19 and 20. My bad. I was on my draft rankings.
Okay, so you would go with?
I would go with McCarthy.
Okay, I have Fields 2 spots higher. Like I kind of already echoed to you, I just don't really love the game environment with the Bears and the Vikings there, and I don't really know what to expect out of McCarthy, so that would be why I would go with Fields. At least you get a rushing floor with him. But it is probably not a good game. It's definitely going to be a worse game environment with the Jets and Steelers. So
it's disgusting seeing Justin Herbert at 17, though, I will say.
Yeah, no, I mean, I had him at 14, so I feel good about that. That's still not high enough because he'll end up being one of the top 5 quarterbacks on the week.
So question, obviously we haven't done our skyrocketing notes yet, but I mean, like
he'll probably be in it, I would imagine.
Like he's got to be at least a top 8 quarterback rest of the season, if not top 6.
Yeah, depending on what like Bo and Baker and those guys do today, I think you could definitely argue that Herbert's at least elevated himself into that tier because like he rushed for like 35 yards in that game, and he also had a big 20-yard run called back by penalty as well. So like this is a dude that was serious.
He was moving too.
When he said on the Dan Patrick show, I want to run the ball more, he was serious. So I'm excited about Herbert as somebody. Like I was really out on Herbert for most of the offseason. And then in like July, August, I'm like, dude, this guy's talking about running the football more. And I'm starting to get higher on the passing game. And I thankfully adjusted my my dynasty takes. I buried him in my rankings. I moved him back up. Redraft, I moved him back up. I started getting more shares in best ball. I'm glad I did that because I think he's going to end up being a great option this year.
And I mean, Bush, he's clearly lighter in the waist since he's been dating Madison Beer. I mean, it's clear and obvious.
Yeah, for sure.
He's lighter in the waist. You like that one?
I do, yeah. The Jake says, do we get a start sit question every week with the season pass? Unfortunately, you don't get one every week, but you do get a start sit question voucher. And actually, I will say right now, at 11:15 on Sunday, if anybody on this stream purchases the season pass, I will send you an additional start sit question voucher and an additional trade question voucher. We got to celebrate the season being in full swing here. So you'll get the ones that you get normally with the season pass, but we will say if you do it from now until the end of the stream, we will send you an additional one of each to get you guys going on the NFL season.
Yeah, I mean, we currently have 116 plugged in on YouTube right now. Obviously, also on our Twitter accounts. If you guys are watching this right now, make sure you get in and do it. Damn, Danny, it's crazy. You guys have him ranked way too low in the expert rankings. Yeah, I mean that's something
we're gonna make that adjustment after this week probably.
Yeah, that's something he can definitely rise.
So sorry, you said you had Fields and McCarthy back to back, right?
We're back to back. If there's a 2-spot discrepancy for you, it's probably
there's a 3-spot discrepancy. I think in my rankings between Fields and McCarthy. So that's where I'm at with that.
That's totally fine, and it's probably he does have
JJ though. He does have Jefferson, so maybe I would probably go with McCarthy in that situation because it is like relatively same tier. It's kind of whatever. And
what's your username?
The Jake. If you already bought a season pass, we'll fire you one anyways, just
because you're in stream.
And also you prompted us to bring that up, so we'll shout you out for that.
I think process wise, you get a rushing quarterback. Yes, it's a bad game environment, but he's going to be able to run the football probably for 50 to 60 yards, like you would think. Go that direction. The problem for me as well is the first game of his season is going against the team that probably knows him like the back of their hand. Like if there's one defense I would not want to see against Justin Fields in week 1, it'd be the team he played for last year.
Yeah.
Also, send your names on Flock and I'll send both of you guys a voucher.
Yeah, for sure. James Bond says trade is completed, but my league mates are not happy about it because of ran receiver. Your opinion? I don't know what that means, but okay. Drake London and Josh Downs in exchange for T. Higgins and Aaron Jones. Yeah, I mean, you're literally getting the two better players in the deal. Like I have Downs higher than Jones in my draft rankings and London way higher than T. Higgins. So yeah, your league mates shouldn't be happy about this because you fleeced this guy.
Did you say start, sit, or trade, by the way?
Send him a start sit. Start sits are a little bit easier for us to answer then anyways too. But yeah, if you guys have the season pass, or if you buy the season pass, we'll say if you buy it on the stream, we'll send you both. But if you just already have the season pass, we'll send you a free start sit question here. To celebrate the season.
I'm not seeing a J Baldwin 16 with code FSE, by the way. So if you use our promo code, you're not showing up on the back end right now.
Yeah, if you used Flock's promo code, or if you use Domain or Land's promo code, unfortunately, we cannot grant you vouchers. So you would have had to use our promo code for us to grant you a voucher. So that's where we're at with that. Okay.
By the way, so Jake and Zaref, I sent you guys both a start sit voucher. And like I said, if you guys have already purchased the season pass active on the site, we will send you a start sit voucher as well. So let me just
Alejandro, I got you sent one as well.
You got that? Okay, bet.
Yeah.
I ripped. Yes, sir. Saber, what's your code?
Keep it going.
What's your username?
Anyways, I'll keep answering questions while you're doing that. Yep. This one's going to be straightforward for us. This is DK Metcalf, Travis Hunter, or Jalen Waddle. What's up, sorry?
You said you sent one to Alejandro?
Yeah, I got one to Alejandro.
Okay. All right, dope.
Okay. This one's going to be Travis Hunter for both of us, although I do have him and Jalen Waddle literally back-to-back in my rankings, but I imagine it's a wider gap for Danny. So
so I actually have probably Waddle higher than you do. Where do you have him ranked?
I have Waddle at wide receiver 25.
Okay, so you have him a couple spots higher. I have him at 27. I do like Waddle this week a good bit.
Yeah, they're both really good options for me as well. But yeah, that's a pretty straightforward start. Seb, I will say like he is a great start as well. Okay, so Tyrone Tracy, Ricky Pearsall, Tony Pollard in this flex question. I mean, the safe play is probably the touches of either Pollard or Tracy. But I really like the matchup for Pearsall today. It depends on what the weather situation is, because I did hear there's supposed to be some rain in Seattle potentially. Where do you lean on this one? I think I probably just lean with the touches of Pollard.
That's a close one. I probably go with Pollard here. Like you said, a little bit with safer projection. I do really like Tyrone Tracy as well, but I think you got to go with Pollard because you get a guaranteed probably 18, 20 plus touches there.
Yeah, like without Tajay in the backfield, we've seen Pollard basically be an 85-90% opportunity share running back whenever he's been out. So,
Caleb, if you put your Flock Fantasy username, I can check on the back end if I can get you one. Rolling the R in my name, get this guy a Latin. I mean, I'm Italian, so I know how to pronunciate some names. You know.
Yeah, my sister dated a guy named Alejandro for like 5 years, so I know the vibes as well. This is for Corey because I know Danny's answer. That's a funny question. Yeah, I would roll with Hunter as well, Michael. MVP Radius is next up here. Running back.
Wait, that's Mitchell.
Is it?
Yeah. So I actually know him. He's from Hamilton.
Okay.
We've talked about this on stream before.
Chase Brown, James Cook, a very easy first two that you're rolling with.
Yeah, James Cook, tougher matchup on face level. However, high game environment, efficient running back. They're going to score regardless. And I mean, James Cook's touchdown equity in that game is high. Holy shit, Lamb in London. You got to feel nice because I know I do.
Yeah, Igbuka versus DJ Moore is essentially the nuts and bolts of this question, and I lean towards Emeka Igbuka here. So
I lean Igbuka. I will say, though, even though I'm lower on DJ Moore from a season perspective, I do like the matchup because, as we know, Brian Flores, a very exotic defense, blitz-heavy defense. And Ben Johnson historically has actually had Brian Flores' number. On top of that, DJ Moore. Do I have question marks about his ability to separate given what we saw last year? Yeah. But when the ball's in his hands, he's still one of the premier threats in the league. Like, can he get there via the Deebo Samuel route? I can see that.
Yep. I sent Caleb his perfect voucher as well. Did you send one to J-Dubs? Saber?
Which one was that? Oh, Saber. Yes. I believe I just sent one to J-Dub. Saber, if you're in here, check if you have one, because I'm pretty sure I just sent you one.
And Preston, you get Preston as well?
I believe so. Yeah, Preston is the one I was searching. What was the name again? Preston W11.
Yeah.
Yeah, check.
You should have it.
Here, let me know, Freak, if you got one. If not, I'm on the screen right now. I can send it to you.
Okay. Another question from the same guy here from MVP Radius. We got Chuba Hubbard is the very clear answer for me here. Chuba Hubbard is my running back 13 this week. I have him like very, very high, dude, because I think he's going to absolutely scorch.
So I agree overall. I will say the one thing that gives me pause is the Rico Dowdle projection on Underdog is relatively high as well. I'm curious how much
it's just the game environment and the fact that the Jags can't stop the run.
No doubt. And even if Hubbard is, say, only 60% of the snaps as opposed to the true workhorse we saw last year, I mean, the Jaguars are still a mess up front. He could realistically get there on like 16 touches this week, even if his workload got cut.
Maybe, yeah. Wide receiver wise, we got Downs versus obviously London and Neighbors are going to be in your lineup here. So London, Neighbors, and then pretty easily between just Igbuka and Downs here, and I would roll with Igbuka of these options, especially knowing that you got correlation backstacked with Drake London in this game. So
give me Igbuka as well. I will say, and I'm shocked he went for $0 in the flock league. He wouldn't make it into my lineup here, but why do I feel like Adam Thielen's going to get off to like a scorching start in these first?
Adam Thielen, anytime touch. Maybe we'll do something at the end of this stream where we pick 3 long shot touchdown scores, because I think Romeo Dobbs and Adam Thielen are 2 really good options for that.
But Docky needed what? Okay, I guess maybe I'm spoiling with that, but like I already spoiled it. He needed wide receiver depth bad, and Thielen being free on the wire. Like I thought Nathan might have spent like $40 on him.
I think Nathan's learned his lesson after the Tyler Johnson debacle.
But like the thing is, even if he spent, like I would rather spend $40 on Adam Thielen at this point than Tyler Johnson last year. The fact that Thielen went for nothing, like that's almost an over adjustment, no?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I just didn't have anybody I wanted to bench for him, or I wanted to cut for him. I didn't think Thielen should have been available.
Yeah, I hope Bush Mummy. I hope my prediction for Hunter Renfrow is that he doesn't make me hate the fact that I own Federer McMillan. That would be my prediction for him. But yeah, pretty straightforward there. I'm going to refresh the page because I believe we've gotten some more since we went live. What's up?
Paisano.
He was 47 here. We got Trevor Lawrence or Drake May. I do have BTJ as well. So, and he said weather in New England. I mean, yeah, if you have BTJ, I think it's very easy. I would have picked Trevor Lawrence anyways, but knowing that you have BTJ also, it's a pretty easy decision for me.
I agree. Yeah, sorry, Dylan, we're going to go through site questions first, and then we'll go to the YouTube chat. So try to say, if you guys are in YouTube chat right now, we'll try to get to them after the site questions. Just try to leave your comment once. Don't keep spamming them.
Yeah. And again, if you want to skip the line, the link to do that is on the site there as well. A lot of you guys probably still have vouchers from the season pass. G Console 03. This is a redraft trade here. Chase Brown for Hampton. Chase Brown, Matthew Golden, and Josh Allen for Hampton and St. Brown here.
So start 7, we'll keep this in mind. Man, this is a tough one. Like, honestly, because the way I view this is Chase Brown is an upgrade over Omari Hampton. Second,
like a tier-sized upgrade, too, not just like a couple spots.
So then it would be like, would the difference between Chase Brown and Omari Hampton be evened out by Josh Allen plus Matthew Golden? Like, if I offered you a 2-3 turn pick, which is where we had Allen ranked, plus, I mean, Matthew Golden was what, a 6th rounder for us in draft season?
Yeah.
If I offered you that for, in my opinion, Amon St. Brown was like my 13th, 14th overall player. Like that would get me in the ballpark. Just when you add in the Omari and Hampton for Chase Brown upgrade, I'm actually liking the receive side.
Yeah, I'm liking the receive side. Part of me is just a little bit wary of selling Hampton right now because people are down on him. So that would be the only thing I'd be worried about. But I think this is a pretty reasonable return. Yeah. You get some receiver upside baked in. I'm just going to quickly look at his team in case.
Maybe you wait till after the week.
Yeah, like if he loses St. Brown, he would still have BTJ, Pickens, Odunze, and then Golden would be added to this thing. So in a start 7, he would be starting BTJ, Pickens, and then probably one of Golden, Odunze in his flex. But then he would upgrade his quarterback position from Caleb Williams, Trevor Lawrence to Josh Allen, who in a start 7 is really, really valuable, obviously. So this is neck and neck. I think it's like an exactly fair trade for what it's worth.
Yeah. Like, let me ask you, with Caleb Williams and Trevor Lawrence acknowledgement there, would you just hold the wide receiver?
I think I would, because I think I could probably get more for Hampton. If I
at least wait till after the week.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I think I lean towards this side, but it is really, really close. And this is really tempting. I think Lawrence and Caleb are quite decent as quarterback options there.
Yeah, and by the way, if I've seen people not only on Omarion Hampton, we'll talk about that in a second. Omarion Hampton, no rookie running back, handles 90% of the opportunities against a very stout Chiefs defense. That, by the way, Chiefs defense held Saquon Barkley in the Super Bowl to negative 45 yards rush yards over expected, but people are panicking because Omarion Hampton was a little inefficient.
Yeah, dude, the Chiefs' run defense is the best in football. Like, it's literally the best in the league.
And he had a 90% opportunity share. Najee was useless. By the way, my read in that pick'em was perfect. If he got one more yard, that pick'em would have hit.
Mine too. I missed on Kelsey's longest reception because they blew a fucking coverage. We both fucked on that.
Yeah,
we both coverage. He literally was useless the whole game except for that play.
Yeah, and I mean, on top of that, the people that are like, oh, lad, Keenan Allen and Quentin Johnson were involved. It's like, dude, they threw the ball a fuck ton.
Yeah, dude, all I care about is Herbert playing like that and them throwing like that. And Ladd could have easily had 180 yards in that game in 2 tugs.
Oh, dude, like I literally I responded to some guy be like, am I wrong to be lower on Ladd McConkey? And I replied to it, and
yes.
Dadaroma quote tweeted it. I'm like, fade McConkey because he commanded a near 27% target share in week 1 and is attached to a quarterback who just crushed his volume projection from a pass rate over expectation standpoint. Nuts and bolts of it. Chargers threw the ball a ton this week, and looks like they'll be doing that moving forward given their personnel. And we want the wide receiver 1 attached to an elite quarterback. Sorry, I'm reading the tweet literally verbatim. That's
dude. Like McConkey, if Herbert's going to throw the ball like that and play that well too, McConkey has legitimate wide receiver 1 overall upside. Even despite QJ and Keenan Allen getting targets, like they're good receivers. Like they're going to probably have games where they look good. And Trey Harris, wasn't super involved. Maybe he gets more involved as the season goes along. You can't watch McConkey's tape in that game and tell me that he wasn't literally open every single play. His average separation score, I saw Scott Barrett tweeted it, was like 97th percentile in that game.
Dude, I was terrified watching him play, thinking, okay, like the 70-yard touchdown's coming at some point, right? Like,
dude, he had that one that was just out front of his outstretched fingertips was like a 35-yard touchdown. If Herbert puts a little bit more air under that thing.
Also,
they're gonna legit put up 40 points against Vegas next week.
Also, did you see Chris Rodriguez's dad made a tweet saying, to everyone who was looking forward to see Chris suit up, we appreciate the love and support y'all continue to show him. He's in great spirits, locked in because he got named an inactive this week. Like his dad went on Twitter and defended him after Chris Rodriguez got named inactive.
He got named inactive.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
Not great. I mean, good for Eckler and JCM shares.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't draft a whole lot of Bills, so I hoping I can win that out through Eckler. 14-man full PPR.
Ooh,
1.5 tight end premium, Bill or Pittman.
I mean, with the news of Rodriguez, maybe you go Bill here, right?
I would start Pittman. I want to see what Bill looks like in the first game, man, because I really do think that Eckler's probably going to be the lead back for today, at least.
He could very well be the lead back, but a 26 implied point Commanders offense with Rodriguez inactive, that's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, was he going to get 15 carries running into Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence, and Brian Burns?
I mean, he's going to get a lot of space touches, you're assuming there, and Eckler's going to be using the receiving.
But why wouldn't Eckler get those touches?
He could. I don't think Eckler's going to be a 25 touch back though, and I think they're actually going to be in a position to run the football.
Yeah, I mean, you'd also have the mini stack here with Waddle and Pittman if that game shoots out.
I mean, it's a close enough call. If you want to go with Pittman, I don't mind it, but I honestly would go with JCM here.
Okay, I'll let you make the final call here and say go JCM.
No. If you have Pittman way higher, go with Pittman because they're close enough for me. But yeah. I personally would go with JCM.
JCM's my running back 36 this week. I'm not super excited about him. I want to see what I'm sure he could definitely end up being really solid. I'm not super excited about the projection as of this very moment. Moving on.
I will say one thing. The only observation that people have to take away from that game is, maybe we should have been drafting some 18th round Keenan Allen. And after the injury, maybe QJ shouldn't have fell to the 180s in underdog.
Yeah, I drafted a shit ton of QJ, man. I had like 15% Quentin Johnson.
Yeah, no, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, wide receiver wise, we got Ridley, Downs, Odunze, Golden, lots of the same types of names here. I'm assuming Odunze is definitely going to make this based on the two of us, and Pearsall and Downs are probably going to be the other two, I would imagine.
I mean, I have Golden over Pearsall for sure.
You have Golden over Pearsall?
Yeah. How close are they for you?
They are
32-39 for me.
They are 38 and 34 with Pearsall at 34 for me.
So I have Golden higher and bigger discrepancy. So Golden.
Okay.
We're rocking with Matthew Golden this week, baby. Saber knows.
Yeah.
And anytime, Matthew, appreciate that.
Preston here. 2 quarterback redraft, start 8. Travis, Odunze, Diggs. I'm rolling with Travis here.
Is this just the question of my team in the Flock League?
Yeah, this is just this guy drafted. Freak in the chat must just absolutely love your takes, Danny, because he's got all your guys here.
Yeah, no, shout out Freak. I've been seeing him a lot in the comments, and I mean, he's in the stream right now. So
yeah, it's a good looking squad, though.
Oh yeah, you're cooking. You're cooking. Superflex are 2 quarterback.
2 quarterback by the looks of it. Let me just refresh quick, see if we got any more questions. Looks like we are caught up.
He did say it's a no PPR, so can we quickly look at that real quick?
It's onto the completed section, but
I mean, looking at it right now, who was it? Tank Bigsby, Travis Hunter, Roma Dunze, and Dylan Sampson.
Yeah.
Even in a non-PPR, maybe you run a risk that Tank Bigsby goes bananas against the Panthers defense. I think Travis Hunter could also go bananas against the Panthers defense. And I can't look myself in the face knowing that I started a timeshare running back who, I mean, I love Tank Bigsby. I think he could very much pop off, but ETN will be involved. If Travis Hunter's playing the full snaps and he scores 2 or 3 touchdowns in this game, I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror.
Yeah, no, neither would I. That's where I'm at with Travis as well. This is a good time probably to talk about our underdog picks because we are caught up on Flock Fantasy questions here. I got mine loaded in. I can maybe go first while you want to load yours in there. So I am rolling just with a little 2-stack here. I just wanted to roll with a 2 pick'em. Chuba Hubbard, I like him to go higher than his fantasy point projection just because I do think 100+ total yards, couple of receptions, probably finds the end zone in this game. And Chuba Hubbard's games where the Panthers scored at least like 15 points, he was pretty much consistently finding the end zone. They love to run the ball in the red zone there. So I feel really good about Chuba Hubbard this week. And I also love Jaylen Warren to go higher than his total yardage total as well, just because this game environment just screams it's going to be over at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, the way that these 2 teams are going to run the ball.
Who has him in the Flock League? Can you remind me?
That would be you, unfortunately. So I'm just rolling with a 2 pick'em here, just a little 3x if it ends up hitting. And of course, shout out to Underdog with all the promotions. If you guys are new to Underdog, you do get a gimme pick. If you sign up with the promo code FSE, you get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. And you also get a $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5 if you're new as well. So definitely shout out there. And then you can kind of go through your picks. I'm just going to go to the bathroom really quick. I'll just be back in 1 second.
Are you going to talk about your wide receiver pick'em as well or no?
I didn't make a wide receiver pick'em. I just did the running backs.
Oh, okay. You didn't end up making one, right? Okay. So I actually have 2 pick'ems here, running back picks and wide receiver picks. If you guys watched last week or yesterday's wide receiver rankings tier list episode, you would have noticed that my wide receiver picks, we taken Drake London, Mike Evans, cross matchup there, Tampa Bay versus the Falcons. We love that game to shoot out. And if that's the case, Drake London, we're taking a higher on the fantasy points, big time advantageous matchup through the year for the Falcons against the Bucs, whereas Bijan Robinson, a lot tougher of a matchup going up against that Bucs front 7. So we're feeling good with the Drake London fantasy points. Flip end, Mike Evans, very concentrated target share. No Godwin, no McMillan. Cade Otton banged up with that groin injury. Emeka Egbuka in his first career game. We're liking Big Mike to be a dominant target share player as soon as week 1 this week, which is why I love him paired up with Drake London. And on top of that, I mean, I talked about Travis Hunter all stream so far, higher than 47.5 receiving yards, full-time player, generational talent. 47.5 is simply too low. So when you combine all those, you see their $10 entry, you can win up to 84.20. So we're hoping that those wide receiver picks end up hitting. We go to the running backs here. Austin Eckler, I mean, we just mentioned Chris Rodriguez going to be inactive in this game. Really liking that higher on his 7.55 fantasy points. 8 out of 12 games last year, he was able to cross higher on that number. And if he's going to be this full-time starting running back, obviously, of course, I expect JCM to be fixed in. But Eckler was efficient last year, 4.7+ yards per carry. Eckler out of the receiving game, over 10 yards per reception. So we like him to potentially get there in a multitude of ways. So really like that number there at 7.55. Trayvon Henderson higher than 64.5 rushing plus receiving yards. Dynamic running back, big time matchup, top 5 matchup against Las Vegas this week. And he can do so more. He can do so both in the receiving and the rushing game. So like that number at 64.5. On top of that, I mentioned Tank Bigsby. Again, going to be a timeshare with him and ETN, but it is a monster matchup. We like the higher at that 44.5. $10 to potentially win 63 on this entry. But yeah, Corey is in the washroom. I'll answer some comments right now. Is there anything in particular with the picks? I'm a little higher. So I'm just going to go through. I mean, I guess we could. Oh, Darnell Mooney officially out. Is that what the report is now? Oh, fire away from my boy Drake London, baby. Corey is going to come back, see that news, and that may be tough. that might be tough there. Rodriguez down, JCM and Eckler. Yes, sir. Any quarterback props worth hitting? Honestly, my advice on the quarterback props, just look for the highest insulated game environment. So look at a team that's projected for a high total. In terms of specific picks, we'll probably take a look after the stream or after the start sit portion of the stream. But Dylan, we're going over on the site first. We'll probably touch upon as many of these questions on YouTube after, but we wanted to handle the questions on the site first, which it looks like we're caught up. But Corey, you're not going to like this news, by the way.
What? Darnell Mooney is out. Why would I not like that news?
You're going against Drake London?
Honestly, I care more about the Bucks winning than Drake London having a good game. And I have Drake London in my home league or in the listener league, so I'm cool with it.
So in my home league, I have Drake London plus Darnell Mooney. And I had already subbed out Darnell Mooney because I didn't expect him to play. So I'm playing Tank Bigsby this week in relief.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, let me just quick refresh the site here. I think we're all caught up, so we should be good to just go chronologically, unless you have your other pick 'em to go through. Unless you already go through it.
I already went through both. We're perfectly fine there. Question: Devontae Adams sees shadow coverage from Stingley.
It's not expected at the moment, but I think it could happen.
So I will say, Hayden Winks actually charted this. There were only 15 instances last year where Derek Stingley actually traveled to the slot. And as we know with Puka Nacua, no Cooper Kupp there, we're expecting a whole lot more slot snaps. So I could really see a scenario where Derek Stingley plays on the outside, covers the X wide receiver. Devontae Adams deserves that type of attention anyways. And Puka Nacua could have a monster game. On the inverse, though, Stingley just gets that big deal, 3-year, $90 million. Maybe he takes his game up a notch and they start traveling him.
Yeah, no, they could. Yeah, they could definitely do that. Like, I think the Panthers are going to do the same with JC. Where like after they re-sign him to the big deal, they're like, yeah, maybe we should start having this guy cover number one receivers.
Also, got you. So Jonathan, J.S. Baldwin. I might have typed in J. Baldwin before. So J.S. Baldwin, active season pass member. I will send you over a start sit there and get you set up. Appreciate the support.
For sure. Okay, we're going right to the top now. So if you guys are in the stream early, you'll probably get your question answered at some point. So that's just incentive to get those noties on, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Dylan was up pretty early on the West Coast here. He said, sleep over with my friends, and we're up to watch the sunset. Garrett Wilson, sunset. Garrett Wilson.
He said sunshit.
Sunshit, yeah. Garrett Wilson or Igbuka. I'm still going to roll with Garrett Wilson there, even though I love Igbuka this week. And then Warren or Kraft, I would roll with actually, where are you going in this direction? Warren or Kraft?
So I have Kraft ranked higher. Also, please tell me you said the right answer for the first question.
I'm not playing Igbuka over Garrett Wilson.
I'm not playing Wilson over Igbuka.
I mean, I love Igbuka, but I would play the guy who gets secured fucking 9 targets a game first.
Question: what game would you rather watch? The Tampa Bay
I would much rather watch the Buccaneers and Falcons game, but I think the process play is probably Wilson.
The process play has taken the guy in the great game environment here.
Okay.
I honestly do. You're not going to like where I have Garrett Wilson ranked, straight up. Like, I went through it, and there's really no problem.
Or something.
In all seriousness, at wide receiver, where do you think I have him ranked?
At wide receiver, I think you have him at 36.
Okay, not that low. I have him at 31. There's game environments that I like so much better. 37.5 over-under is not something I like. Realistically, we could talk about target share. We could talk about, look at the volume. But if Justin Fields is fucking diarrhea today, which I think he's going to be, what upside is there for that team to score points?
Which is why I have him at 24 instead of like 17 where I have him ranked in the draft. I mean,
24 was close to where I had him ranked in the draft. So fucking... Yeah, we're both in agreement that a 17.5 implied point offense isn't too great for our wide receiver.
No, it is not. Full PPR, Waddle or Pearsall.
Waddle.
Yeah, I would also roll with Jalen Waddle there. Jonathan says, if I'm starting BTJ, do I start Travis over Igbuka? If you're starting BTJ already, they are back to back in my rankings. I would start Igbuka if you're starting BTJ already, personally.
Yeah, and I mean, I do have Hunter higher. I think it's reasonable, though. We're talking about 20 overall for Hunter, 25 overall wide receiver for Igbuka. I don't mind tie-breaking because you have BTJ because you kind of want to play the upside there.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, we got another site question coming in. Then we'll get back to Cody's question is where we left off. Drake May is the quarterback there, but he does say May, Penix, Bryce, Wilson, Rodgers, Geno, or Daniel Jones, 6 point per passing touchdown. The only other one in consideration would be the Bryce and Penix probably for me.
Yeah.
But I would still probably go with May. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I would go with May as well.
I think Bryce and May is close, though. Bryce and May would be pretty close for me.
Do you have Bryce higher than Penix?
Yeah, I do.
Let me see how I have them ranked. I have Bryce at 16, Penix at 18. So I would agree with you there, but May ultimately I have as a top 12 quarterback.
All righty. Running back.
Kamara.
Kamara and Henderson are pretty clear answers of that group. Wide receiver, we got
Hunter Adams.
Yeah, Adams and these guys are all in the same range for me. I have Adams 22, Wilson 24, Waddle 25, and Hunter 27. Sorry,
Hunter at 27.
Sorry, I mixed up where I have Waddle and Hunter and Hunter. Sorry, I have Hunter 25, Waddle 27. Okay. Is what I meant.
I was gonna say, I'm like, if you still have Travis Hunter at 27 after that news yesterday.
No, I have Waddle at 27.
Reasonable. I mean, my answers here would be Hunter and Adams, and I'm assuming your answer would be Adams and Wilson.
Yeah, so Adams is for sure going to be in here. He still has flexes, yeah. Let's go Adams and Wilson for now, I guess, and then see what happens in the flex. We got Trey McBride, obviously.
Never starting likely over that guy.
Yeah, and then Hunter's going to be the first flex, Waddle the second, and then I guess probably Bill is the next one after that, or Bill versus Pittman was the question that he had for us. So yeah, I think in the previous question I said Pittman, and I still stand by that. So that's probably what I would roll with.
So he said it's the same question, but sorry, I just needed help with the quarterback as well. He just basically, I'm assuming, wanted to confirm whether he should go May or not.
I see. Okay, yeah.
Appreciate that.
Pittman would be the way that I would go. I think you said you'd lean towards Bill, but yeah, I think I would still roll with May, even though I do really like Bryce this week as well.
Do you want to handle site questions and I can take care of the YouTube order then? Just so I
got it pulled up right here. If you want to go up to the top, you can, but I still have it here saved.
Okay, here. I can take it over from you because that way, if we get any site questions, you can just reload them because I obviously don't have the site questions pulled up. That's all the receivers you have ranked around Travis Hunter. I guess we could both answer this, right?
Nick Chubb expected to be a bell cow, by the way, today is what a report just came out.
For how long?
I don't know, but that's what the report is.
For the first quarter before he fucking wears out?
I would like to see Dame get a chance to carry the football a little bit.
Ooh, Travis Hunter with a new haircut for week 1. I love to call him
Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter.
You definitely just said Cunter. Chat, back me up here. You guys heard Cunter as well, right?
What?
You definitely said it. I heard it.
All right, let me know if I said it because I don't remember saying that.
But anyways, the guys that are ranked around Travis Hunter for me.
Travis Hunter.
I have Travis Hunter at 25. The guys from 20 to 30, people said they heard it. Tedero McMillan is at 20 for me. Zay Flowers at 21. Devontae Adams at 22. Cortland Sutton at 23. Garrett Wilson at 24. And then I have Hunter there. And then after Hunter, I have George Pickens locked into my lineup at 26. Jalen Waddle at 27. Emeka Egbuka 28. DJ Moore 29. And Jamison Williams 30. So that's the way that I have him ranked.
I have to say it as a joke. Don't get offended. You must hate having fun by having Garrett Wilson ranked ahead of Travis Hunter.
I do hate having fun. I also like having the correct rankings.
That is not correct. I mean,
it very easily could be not the case. I just think, given that it's Hunter's first game and Garrett Wilson's like 170 target per year projection, I think I probably lean with him.
So by the way, for my answer, the tier that I have Hunter in is technically my C tier, which I believe is what? S-A-B. So 4th tier at wide receiver. Devontae Adams at 14, Tyreek Hill at 15 this week. I like JSN at 16. Xavier Worthy, unfortunately, locked in at 17. He would have had a good game if he didn't get hurt.
That would have been nice if he didn't get absolutely rocked by fucking Travis Kelce. But Danny knows all about Chiefs on Chiefs violence after last year. So
it must be.
It would have been way funnier if it happened to you. I'm not going to lie.
It would have if we didn't trade, so appreciate you.
If we didn't trade, you having another Chiefs guy take out one of your Chiefs player again, that would have sucked.
Hey, guess what, though? You love playing what ifs. It happened to you. It could have happened to me, but it did happen
Brother,
to you.
You're tempting the fantasy gods with that statement. You are tempting the fantasy gods with that
statement. Xavier Worthy specifically, I think that was pretty easy to tell that that's what I was implying.
Maybe, but you're asking for something to happen to you now by saying
I didn't ask for anything.
You gloat that I have Worthy and I got screwed.
I didn't ask for anything. You said, what if you had Xavier Worthy? I said, I don't need to play what ifs because you actually have them.
I'm just saying, imagine if for content purposes, you had it happen to you again. I think that would have made for good content.
I don't know. I prefer being on the other side here right now.
Sure. But I mean, don't tempt the fantasy gods.
I'm not. I didn't tempt anything. Xavier Worthy, by the way, 17, like I said. 18, I have Marvin Harrison Jr. 19, I actually have T-Mac one spot ahead of Hunter this week, just because the available Panthers wide receivers, like he could very much have a 12-target game, and I wouldn't be shocked. Travis Hunter coming in at 20, because, I mean, the upside is undeniable. Yeah.
All right. You have the spot left off? Yeah.
Rough start to the season. Started Worthy and Pickens. Still have JD5, Puka, CMC Walker, Warren left to play going up against Knicks, JJ Higgins. Am I done for this week? I mean, you have Puka, you got CMC, you got Walker. You got a lot of high ceiling players. So I definitely wouldn't say you're done. I guess you have Tyler Loopy. I was thinking of Hunter Loopkey. Tyler Loop going up
or Blake Groupie.
He has the Arizona defense. The Arizona defense might score.
Yeah, Denver and Fairbairn though is pretty nice as well.
That is good. I was gonna say you have a great kicker and defensive advantage, but that
you do not have a kicker advantage. Definitely not. Fairbairn. I have Fairbairn. Yeah. I'm so surprised that nobody spent any fab on him, dude. When I picked him up, I'm like, dude, the guy was literally a top 3 fantasy kicker last year, and he's probably like the perfect situation.
It's probably because anybody could have just drafted him if they wanted to put fab.
I mean, yeah. But
then again, Sal put $2 on the Cardinals defense. You're right.
There was people who put money on kickers, I think.
Give me Hunter at flex. I mean, this is tough to say. Worthy's already out. I mean, I guess we'll find out more information
going forward. Who would you be starting on a regular basis?
I mean, one of those three between Hunter, Odunze, and Eckler, I would play matches, Will. And obviously, you're going to get a lot of information with what happens today. If Hunter goes off, or if Odunze goes off on Monday night, or if Eckler has 20 touches against the Giants, like that's going to give you a good answer for maybe who you should go with in week 2, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
PPR pick 2, Emeka, MHJ, and Tet. So I have MHJ and Tet in my top 20, and they're both higher than Emeka, but like it's close enough to the point where, again, I have MHJ at 18, Tet at 19, and Emeka at 25. So I would go with the latter two, but Emeka is not far behind.
Yeah, I also have Emeka the third of that group, but I don't want to sit him because of my heart.
That's a let's just say a jealous decision I have of you right there.
Yeah.
Last minute decision I've been dreading. Half PPR. Do I get Tet or try to get a piece of that Hunter upside of my flex? They are back to back in my rankings. T-Mac is the safer option because he profiles as the number 1 in Carolina. But I know what you mean, dude. Because if Hunter goes off and maybe T-Mac has, let's just say T-Mac had a 7-catch, 75-yard, 10-target performance. Like, you feel great. That's great process. 14.5 points is awesome. But if Hunter goes out there and he has like 6 for 115 and 2 touchdowns, like, you know what I mean?
Hunter. So here's a good comp that no one comped Hunter to. Hunter is like if Jameson Williams was consistent on a route by route basis. Like that's the type of player he is. And you know what JMO can do to you when you sit him. So
it's fun. I mean, I'm excited. I cannot wait to watch. Good morning, guys. Would you start DeAndre Swift or Mark Andrews for a flex spot in a full PPR league? If there's no tight end premium, give me Swift.
I actually would start Andrews
over Swift.
Yeah, I would. Dude, Andrews is no Isaiah Likely. He's a top 5 tight end for me this week.
I agree, but no Roshan Johnson. Kyle Mononga's missed a lot of training camp. Like Swift should be the bell cow in this game. And I get it. It's a tougher matchup, but at the same time, it's like you got some receiving appeal there. Loveland plus Burden are in their first games. Like I'm not in love with DeAndre Swift this week, but it's comparing for me RB 25 versus tight end 5. So, I mean, like, how would you equate the tight ends here? 5 versus 25 for me at running back seems relatively decent.
No, to me, the Andrews is the tier break because there's no Likely, dude. It's a 50.5 point over under, and Isaiah Likely isn't playing.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go with Andrews, I'm perfectly fine with it. I like the guaranteed touches of Swift.
Dylan, tell me why I'm nuts. Legit. You're saying I'm crazy for that take? Dog, Mark Andrews with no Isaiah Likely in a 50.5 point over-under game. Baltimore implied for over 27 points. Like, how are we not starting Mark Andrews over that guy?
Yeah. And I'll make the joke with you because you always do with me. That might be a little bit of confirmation bias, but all jokes aside, I agree with you. Like Andrews should smash. I just also think DeAndre Swift, he should get 20 to 22 touches.
It's okay. I'm just saying, like, if you give me a reasonable take of why that's crazy, by all means. But if you just go, that's crazy, I'm out after that. Like, fight back. Tell me why I'm nuts.
Sorry.
Yes, Likely is hurt. Likely is hurt right now.
Likely is out with the toe injury, I believe, right?
Yeah, and I believe he had like surgery on it. I did drop the get your question answered link if you guys do want to skip the line and get him over on Flock, but we are going chronologically from the top here.
Is this where I left off? No, a little bit higher.
I don't know.
Here.
This
Sorry,
is
my bad.
you were supposed to be tracking that.
No, I was. I just I was looking around. Brees or Jalen Warren this week PPR. Fuck, man. Who do I have ranked higher?
I have Brees ranked higher, but I love Warren too.
I have Brees at 23, Warren at 26. So I agree with you.
Yeah, I wouldn't shock me if Warren had the better game though.
Yeah, I do think we should have a little bit of panic.
I'm not worried until I see it again.
Yeah,
I'm a little like the yellow lights up right now. I'm like, okay, that's not great. I don't like that. Hunt is playing the third downs exclusively, but I want to see a game script in which Kansas City doesn't only run the ball 10 times before I panic on Pacheco. And again, it was like I said it in matchups that matter. I was like, this game, like both teams are going to abandon the run because neither defense is going to give anything on the ground.
For sure. Sundays are back. Got the zone for the first time. Can't wait to multi-screen. Yeah, that is going to be a ton of fun.
It's fun.
The one thing I will say, I don't know what it is, but every time I try to put the zone on my Mac, it says I need to update my Chrome for my Mac. But when I click on the update button, it always tells me to reinstall the Chrome app. But like every time I do, it says the same thing every time. Like, I don't know if my
technology's been getting really tweaky. And for those of you guys that have no idea what DAZN is, it's basically NFL Game Pass in Canada. Yeah. And honestly, while DAZN's got its problems because it's quite expensive now, and it also has ads that they've recently introduced when you first open a game. It doesn't like show ads throughout. It's just when you first open a game. It is nice that we don't have to worry about all these like streaming service bullshit things that the United States people have to worry about. Is that we just get it all on one place, which is nice. But diatribe over. Kevin says it's probably the biggest target share. Yeah. McMillan or Hunter for the flex. I'd roll with McMillan crypto vote.
I'd roll with McMillan. Hey guys, I'm looking at my RB2 spot. RJ Harvey or Tony Pollard to start. Give me Tony Pollard there, Isaiah. Just a safer volume play. I could very much see RJ Harvey having a big game because if he does get trusted by Sean Payton, there's a big time game script there. 25.5 implied Broncos points. If he gets 20 touches, you could see a big time monster performance. I just think J.K. Dobbins is going to get a bulk of the carries this week, at least initially. I mean, we even saw in Alvin Kamara's rookie year. Corey, Alvin Kamara's rookie year. Who were the top two running backs in leading in touches that week, in week one? Minnesota. You remember that? 2017 opener.
2017 opener, Minnesota. Was it the Jerick McKinnon game or the Latavius Murray game?
I believe it was Mark Ingram and Adrian Peterson that led them in touches, the top two. 2017
the Vikings?
Opener. 2017 opener. It was the, what's it called? It was the Saints against the Vikings. The Saints running back rotation.
Oh, Ingram, right. Yeah. Mark Ingram led the Saints
and Adrian
Adrian Peterson was on the Saints as well. Yeah. And then Kamara fucking took over the backfield by like week 6 or whatever it was.
Let me see what the discrepancy was. So that would have been the 2017 opener. So that was the year they actually ended up rematching in the playoffs, and that was the Minnesota Miracle then.
Yeah, it was.
Holy shit, that was the same year. I just clocked that in.
Kamara did not have a very large touch workload that season. He was kind of just really, really efficient.
So I got it now, by the way. Okay, so Kamara had more touches than I thought, but it was a complete three-way committee. Adrian Peterson, 6 carries. Alvin Kamara, 7 carries. Mark Ingram, and 6 carries in that game. But Mark Ingram also had 5 catches for 54 yards out of the backfield. Like, what?
What the hell is Avery texting me? He said, can you set the waivers to where I can drop guys that have already played, or is that like a deal breaker? No, you can't do that. Dude, I'm so annoyed. Like, can I go on a mini rant here? I'm so fucking annoyed that I ask people stuff about waivers if they're cool with it. And then the second it actually comes up, they go, I'm not cool with this.
I had to fix some stuff yesterday because there was so much shit going on in the chat and you were sleeping.
Yeah, dude. People are like, yeah, waivers are cool. No big deal. No one cares. And then I get like 14 questions a day about waivers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He just wants to pick up a kicker. That's all he said.
But okay. But in the chat, he says,
oh, he's trying to drop Najee, who was on his bench. That's what he's trying to do.
Isn't it set that you can drop players after they play?
I think so. I don't know how to set it. Dude, this is not something to worry about in the fucking live stream right now. Right?
Yeah, I'll just keep answering questions. I'll take care of this.
Okay. Hey, football's back. Let's freaking go. Also, I don't know how you got appointed as commission. Now you got to fucking handle all this. Fucking
I'm so annoyed with people texting me shit like, hey, can we change this setting because it benefits me right now?
So like, that's got to be the thing. Every year, whoever finishes last has to handle this bullshit.
Okay, so bench players being dropped after they've already played That's not a thing in any leagues that I play in.
Bench players getting dropped after they played happens in a lot of leagues. I'm in.
Okay, maybe I'm just nuts and I haven't remembered it.
Why
I
are
don't
you
care enough to fucking not just turn this on.
Yeah. I mean, especially too, if like he didn't know about it going into this week and he's trying to pick up a kicker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I understand it.
Yeah.
With that being said, I'll handle these questions. I need advice, y'all. Should I start Travis Hunter over BTJ this week? I'm slightly worried about JC Horn shadow coverage. Dude, I love Travis Hunter more than the next guy, and I do think JC Horn's a very, very good corner. I think process-wise, you just got to go with BTJ. BTJ is my wide receiver 6. Still a great game environment. He's good enough to beat JC Horn. Wow. Corn on the cob. JC Horn in isolated reps. So even though I love Hunter and I know it's tempting, like you still got to go with BTJ. Lawrence or May. Let me see who I have ranked higher. Quarterback. I have Trevor Lawrence a little bit higher than Drake May this week. Let's go. What's up, big dogs? Yes, sir.
Higher, by the way.
Game day. Let's get it. Yes, sir.
Damn, y'all. Yeah, we figured we'd have some questions that maybe people were using vouchers on, but it's actually been a relatively normal stream for normal Sundays. So, yeah, we're basically kind of right on time here. I guess we're usually starting to go live about now. So that's probably a lot of people not knowing we were going to be live early.
Yeah, for sure. So it's everything's all fixed then, right?
Yep, everything should be fixed. Do I dead ass bench Brees for Warren? Yeah, we would not do that. And please only ask your question once because I can't remember if huge ass, also elite fucking name, huge ass. That's hilarious.
You've never seen Hugh before?
No, I have not.
Igbuka or Hunter full PPR. Oh, Lawrence to a Fields. Give me Lawrence. Igbuka or Hunter. I'm assuming you both agree with Travis Hunter here. Oh, you both agree. Oh, we both agree. You both agree. Hell of a game last night. Much respect to Wolverines. Underwood struggle never look panic. He's going to be incredible. Yeah, I mean, I got to give Oklahoma their flowers, man. You guys look really good. 24-13 was probably a generous scoreline in its own right. I talked about this with Corey. I mean, Venables just had the plan. Venables had Chip Lindsey and Guantanamo. We couldn't get anything going offensively. Bryce Underwood starts 4 or 5 in the game, ends up finishing, 7 for 24 or 9 for 23?
It was 9 for 23, I think.
Like again, not what you wanted to see. Venables definitely had us in the chamber, and I don't know when we're going to end up game planning against quarterback power. Like, you're playing against John Mateer and the Oklahoma Sooners, and you have no answer for quarterback power. Like, you knew Mateer was going to run 10 to 12 quarterback powers in that game.
I think he ran like 19 times.
but straight off of quarterback power alone, though. It was like fucking 15 times.
Hey, Mateer for Heisman, baby. I put the bet down before the season.
Dude, I will say, I don't know if it's just because of like the way he conducts himself, but why is he just like Jackson Dart 2.0?
He's Baker, bro. He's Baker.
I think he moves a little bit better than Baker. He's more elusive.
A Baker comp that moves better than Baker is Bo Nix or Sam Howell.
Well, that's what I mean. The Bo Nix, the Baker Mayfield, the Jackson Dart spectrum of RPO style quarterbacks.
RPO Whites.
Yeah, literally RPO Whites is a trademark. 100% back check defending. Yeah, no, I think that's perfectly fine there, Cats. Who to flex in 10-team PPR? Ricky P, Travis Hunter, or Josh Downs? Give us both Travis Hunter here, Roner. PPR Metcalf or Jameson Williams? Give me Jameson Williams there, Dar.
Avery said, "It's okay, buddy. You're a great commish." It's the only thing I'm annoyed about is that I have fucking 7 people a day text me, "Hey, can we change this waiver setting?" And I'm like, no one cared when I fucking started this league what the waivers situation was, and then shit got all fucked up when we tried to make waivers run on Mondays or whatever, or Tuesdays. Now that they're
who's never sent in a complaint to you though? Who's never sent in a complaint? There we go.
Yeah, or Mason for what it's worth. It's just Sammy, the land guys, and Avery so far, pretty much.
Also, by the way, if you guys are watching, we're trolling.
Yeah, I'm obviously just trolling. I'm just when you're like, "Hey, is everyone cool with this?" And then everyone goes, "Yeah, I'm cool with it." And then they all go, "I'm actually not cool with that." Once they actually look at things, that's the thing that just bothers me. Anyways, PPR Metcalf or JMO. I'm rolling with JMO all day there.
Yeah, I'm going with JMO as well. I'm going with Golden over JMO though.
Oh, no way. I'm going JMO over Golden. I'll bet you that.
I might actually have JMO ranked higher. Let me check.
Yeah, I'm going JMO over Golden.
Okay, so I have JMO at 30 and Golden at 32, so I would go JMO. But I will say the matchup against the Packers is kind of tough on paper. I can't lie. And they're a run funnel defense.
They are, but they also lost Jair Alexander.
Yeah, but he wasn't even playing his best football last year. Plus, they got Nate Hobbs as well.
Yeah, and they also have Micah now, which is going to be a problem.
He's on a snap count.
Yeah, I mean, even still as a situational player, he's still going to wreak some fucking havoc. The
other thing, by the way,
hey, Cats, good thing I have both of the Flock League for the Ed Pacheco. Fuck.
Also, by the way, I think there was the stat. So when Kenny Clark was on the field Thursday night, the Cowboys allowed 2.8 yards per carry. When he was off the field, it was at 6.6. I am curious how the Packers' run defense looks against the Lions this week.
The Packers' run defense wasn't good before they got rid of Kenny Clark.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, could Jahmyr Gibbs be like a 35?
Jahmyr might literally drive. If you got to play Jahmyr or Montgomery this week, good luck.
I have Montgomery in our listener league.
Yeah, gross. Dude, both of our listener league teams are whatever the opposite of my guys is. That's what our listener league team looks like.
I mean, like Montgomery was like the only pick I said, like I'm kind of gross. Like I guess Cooper Kupp is no, you're right. Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, I mean, I drafted Chuba Hubbard, who I never draft to. So I also have Kyron on my team. Like it's a ragtag group of misfits.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we love it though.
Yeah.
And a 2 flex PPR.
I got.
Yeah, I think that's fine, Cats. 2 flex PPR torn between Hunter and Flowers. I think I know Danny's answer, but I'm pretty torn with the high scoring game environment for the Ravens.
I would be torn too, and that's why I would start Flowers.
I'm going Hunter. Let's write it down.
I mean, Hunter and Flowers. Surely we have a bet about that somewhere already, right?
For week 1?
Yeah, I mean maybe.
I wouldn't know. I didn't write them down.
Yeah. It does. That's another thing that you'd be like, why aren't you tracking these bets? I'm like, why don't you track them?
That's fair. But like one time I think you said, don't worry, I'm tracking them. And then you just didn't. I'm like, oh, well, fuck. I mean, that's what we have chat for. If somebody wants to be the designated FSE bet tracker, like Spicy does it a lot, but obviously when he's not in the stream, like maybe somebody wants to handle it. Or maybe you just want to tell me to fuck off and you don't want to take anything on. I understand that too, guys.
Yeah, facts.
Your thoughts on Tyrone Tracy full PPR for a flex spot? Would you start Tracy over Hunter or Pearsall or Matthew Golden in a flex spot? So definitely not over Hunter.
Definitely not over Hunter.
Over the receivers,
I would start Ricky and Golden over him, to be honest, too.
Yeah, I do like Tracy this week, but I think I agree with there in a full.
It's like a high-end RB3 versus guys who are in my 30s at wide receiver.
Also, Alden, I agree. I have DK Metcalf. You're not going to like where I have Metcalf ranked.
I have him pretty low, but I imagine you got him lower than me.
Where do you got him?
33.
38.
Yeah, I don't really love Metcalf this week.
My Mahomes worthy stack didn't even last a quarter. Rip, boys. Hopefully he is back sooner rather than later, but definitely don't want to see that sort of separation.
Stop talking about Xavier Worthy. No one mentioned Xavier Worthy in the chat. I'm getting annoyed.
Give me Trav there all day, Jonathan.
Yeah, I'll take Trav there as well. Yes, I would start JMO over DK as well.
We back, yes, sir. First, thank you for your time in a tight end tangle. I have Ertz and Jonathan Smith on the wire, Hunter Henry and Jacob Conklin. Do I drop Smith? It's for
I'd rather have Hunter Henry, to be honest.
Yep. Full PPR, Harvey, Shakir, or Ridley. Give me RJ Harvey, even if he has a limited workload, just because there's a potential really good game script there.
You saying Harvey? You're starting Harvey here?
Yes.
He would be third on this list for me.
You're starting Ridley against PS2 over.
No, I'm starting Shakir actually of this group.
If you want to go Shakir, that's fine. But fucking,
I would start Ridley over Harvey, dude. I don't think he's going to be heavily involved. Dobbins has been like listed as the starter for weeks now.
Harvey,
who are we taking? What are we doing? Shakir versus Harvey?
Harvey versus Ridley, full PPR, because that's the one I just mentioned.
Okay, sure. I'm not writing it down. I can't find the fucking thing here. Hold on, let me find the bet.
What was the other one? Hunter versus Flowers, full PPR. Hunter v Flowers.
Here, actually, I like typing. I like having them on paper here. Zay versus Hunter and Ridley.
I wrote it down in our group chat too.
Harvey. Anyways, Danny took that shit on the chin. Yeah, it was from earlier. PPR League One final spot: Cedric Tillman or Dante Thornton. Yikes, dude! You're already down this bad at the beginning of the season. I'd roll.
I actually like Tillman this week.
Yeah,
Tillman's
I think
got a really good matchup.
You probably get a lot of pass attempts out of the Browns.
Well, Joe Flacco's going to fucking gun it. And I mean, Cedric Tillman's a clear wide receiver 2, third overall target on this team. Like, I think they're going to be, that might be a shootout. And I'm hoping, like, because again, I don't think the Bengals are going to hold them to a low score, but I'm hoping the Bengals have like a pick 6 in this game or a fumble return touchdown or like 5 or 6 sacks because Joe Flacco can't escape. Like, that's what I'm praying for you. I saw somebody ask this in the question, by the way, earlier. They asked Jets defense or Bengals defense. The answer is the Jets defense, but it is pretty ironic that we play each other and those are our defenses.
Yeah, I am starting the Jets defense against the Steelers. I just targeted the low game total, and they're at home.
Better for Dynasty and rest of the season. Give me
Horton.
Torrey Horton there. But
yeah, I'd take Horton over Monunga. Monunga maybe has a role this year, but honestly, like, what is his asset value long term? I think Horton's good enough. Yeah. Just was the much better prospect.
Well, specifically in redraft, I agree. And it's funny because in our listener league, I actually dropped Shipley because he got hurt with the rib injury, and I ended up picking up Monunga.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair.
Marv or T-Mac with Kyler update.
Yeah, Kyler's just sick by the sounds of it. I would still play Marv.
Give me Marv. We'll quickly answer this site question. Again, appreciate you, Jack. He says, Adunze, Pollard, Dobbins, pick 2 half PPR. I think you got to go with Adunze and Pollard here.
Yeah, I also would. Dobbins versus Odunze in the game script that we have there is closer than maybe it would be for Danny, but yeah, I'd agree. I'd probably go Odunze and Pollard as well.
Let's go. Football Sunday. Let's get it. Scribbles. Tillman, I agree with you, Robert. Let's go. I can't believe this is considered Travis Hunter. Exactly. I mean, we already touched upon that. A Marv Ricky or Ken Walker. Give me Ken Walker there, Anthony.
Yeah, I'll take Walker as well, but I like Marv a lot too.
We're going to go Travis Hunter there, Matthew. Do you guys think Judkins is playing next week? It's too early to tell.
I would say that he'll probably be active. I don't know. I don't think the NFL would act this quickly on a suspension. But maybe the reason that he got signed is because they know what he's going to get from the NFL. You know what I mean? Like, it could be a chicken or the egg situation where they were waiting to get him signed until they heard word that what his suspension / punishment would be from the NFL. And that's why he's signed now, is because the NFL told him, hey, once you sign this guy, we're going to give him 3 to 5 games, or we're going to give him 6 games or 8 games or whatever. I think if he was going to get exempt, we would have heard reports of that, and that's why he couldn't get signed. So I would imagine that the NFL probably suspends him at some point. It might be next year, though. Like, it could also still be next year that he gets suspended.
By the way, I'm not sure if you saw this. So 13 hours ago on Twitter, somebody tweets out, scored his first touchdown and got engaged after the 68-0 Nebraska victory. That's Luke Lindenmeyer. So that's the Nebraska tight end. Yeah, I guess he got engaged on the field to one of the cheerleaders like after the game. Somebody quote tweeted it. So Dylan Raiola's tight end has a very public engagement now. He'll do whatever it takes to become the next Mahomes.
That's funny.
Harrison or Igbuka. Give me Harrison there, Kelly.
Yeah, I'll be taking Marv there.
Likely playing every video of him.
He's talking about Jayden Reed.
Yeah, I remember the conversation. Should I Leroy? I'm assuming he's saying Judkins, but like when I see Jenkins, I'm like, what, Leroy?
Who's Leroy Jenkins?
Oh my god, you don't know the meme. Fuck. Never mind. Unk.
Sorry.
We got BTJ and Hunter, but it's IDP, so I got Hunter. That is fucking unfair. What the fuck? He's literally going to play full-time receiver.
Yeah, that's crazy that he's in the IDP slot. That's crazy, dude.
Man, that's crazy. Chad, I'm streaming tight end. Who should I start, Strange or Chig? I would go with Brenton Strange here.
Yeah, I also would go with Brenton Strange there.
Yes, sir. Travis Himpter, amen there. Appreciate you, by the way, Dave. Toronto Dave, a.k.a. Dynasty Dave. Hunter or Golden, wide receiver 1. Give us Travis Hunter there, Draco. Who the fuck? Facts.
It's going to be an absolute mid-pack fucking game for sure.
What's goody? What's good, Dylan? Appreciate you. Yo, I just got here, boys. Do we have any extra news on CMC? Sounds like he's going to be playing there, freak. I know you've been in the stream for the last hour or so, so appreciate you there. Full PPR, Dobbins or Swift. I would still go DeAndre Swift here.
I also would too, but it's actually a little bit closer for me than it may seem for a lot of people. Also, quick, tiny aside. Parker Livingston, maybe a thing. I don't know if you've been seeing him. Like he obviously in Ohio State game, he almost made that crazy catch and then it got ruled, that he was down or whatever, or out of bounds. But he went 4 for 128 and 2 touchdowns against San Jose State yesterday. And he's really like a redshirt.
Is he a true freshman?
He's like a redshirt freshman, basically. So but he's got 175 yards and 3 touchdowns the first 2 games of the season. So
Emmett Mosley's still hurt though, right?
Yeah, he's 6'4", 191 pounds though. He's got a nice size profile to him. He's like kind of he's built like George Pickens kind of.
Dude, I need Emmett Mosley to fucking return, man. Like, what is going on here?
They have to bring those old Bucks jerseys. I thought those were sick. Yeah, they're going to be wearing the like 50th anniversary like creamsicles and shit all season because the Bucks 50th anniversary is this season, so they're going to be doing a lot of like throwback type stuff. Deep Dynasty League start 1, Jayden Reed Mooney or the Rook Thornton. I mean, if Reed plays, because Mooney is going to be out now, we already heard that news. If Reed plays, I would go with Reed, but you're not going to actually know that because the Raiders play at 1. Let me see if there's any update on Jaden Reed if he's playing.
I mean, Mooney, we know isn't playing.
Yeah, Mooney, we know isn't playing, but if Reed doesn't play, then you probably don't have another pivoting option. You might have to just start Thornton there, is what I'm saying.
Yep.
I think that Reed is expected to play based on what I'm reading here.
I mean, if he might be a decoy, but even Reed as a decoy, I think I just go over Thornton at this point.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you have any kind of other pivoting option, that would lean me towards Reed. Like if you have something you could throw out there if Reed's not playing. But if you're absolutely boned and you have nothing if Reed doesn't play, then I would say maybe just go with Thornton.
By the way, the Giants healthy scratch their day 2 3rd-round pick, 25-year-old defensive lineman. He isn't even suiting up in week 1.
Who?
And they spent a round 3 pick, Darius Alexander. They spent a round 3 pick on him, and he's not even suiting up. And he's 25 years old.
Tough.
Not great. Flowers over Pickens, disagree, but that's fine. Need Nico, Marv, and Gibbs to go off. I'm up 45-4. Well, good luck there, Dylan. Hopefully you go off. Hey, Bush, love the home league draft video. Hope you make more content with those guys. Interesting to how it goes.
So I have an idea for this because obviously we're not going to do the level of production that the Flock League does. The Flock League is just way too much stuff, and I don't want to rip off what we do in the Flock League as well. But let me know what you guys would think of like a once a month vlog of us watching the games all together on Sunday. And like we just cut up kind of the best moments of it. People give updates on their teams and so on and so forth. I kind of almost thought of it as like a quarterly update as opposed to every week we're going to cover this thing kind of thing. Like, I don't know. Do you think that would be interesting? Would you watch something like that, Danny, if you were just like a fan of the channel? Yeah. Like if we just sat down and watched the games on Sunday and cut it up?
Well, I saw your tweet and I voted yeah. Like that'd be pretty cool.
I think it would be kind of fun to give some kind of update. I'll give updates, of course, on the league on live streams. But
so are they coming to your house or like what are they doing?
Well, I don't know exactly what would happen with it yet, but like so the Twins, like the Coops, they have like a nice place that would work well for it. Like they have a big like couch and like we could all sit there and like my place wouldn't necessarily work well for it. Because I'd probably get divorced if I did it. Because Maria would kill me if I had 12 fucking dudes in our house watching football for 7 hours on Sunday. Dudes. But it would be better for them because they live alone and they have a huge couch and a good setup for it. All I have to do is bring some equipment there.
Do they live together?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so that would be like a good setup for it. And my thought was just, hey, we'll set up a camera where people can give updates one-on-one to it, and then we'll show some big moments from the slate or whatever of us watching the games. I don't know. It seemed like it could be an interesting concept for me because it's not like an every week update, but it's also not like leaving the league left for dead until next year.
For sure. Good morning, boys. Great day to be alive. Appreciate you, Arthur. Hey, fellas.
Excellent day to be alive.
Amen. I'm feeling like a kid on Christmas. Bears will score 10 points. I hope you mean on the first drive. That's not even possible, but it'll happen. They'll get a safety first play of the game, and then they'll get it punted to them and score the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Just trust the process.
I tend to agree with Arthur. I don't think the Bears will be. It's a new offense, the young quarterback. I don't really think we're going to see fireworks on Monday night from anyone.
Sadly, Ben Johnson does have B-Flow's number, so I'm excited.
He does, but if you recall, the Lions lost their first 12 games with Ben Johnson as the offensive coordinator.
He wasn't their OC.
Yeah, the first year he was OC, they lost 12 games that season.
No. He was their assistant. What's his name was the OC?
Anthony Lynn.
Anthony Lynn. It was Anthony Lynn.
That season that they went 0-12?
Yeah.
At the start of the year? Are you sure?
Anthony Lynn got fired, yes.
Okay.
I think it was Anthony Lynn. Let me double check, but I know Anthony Lynn got fired after the first 8 games, and I believe only 4 of those L's were actually Ben Johnson as the OC. I can check it right now. It was what?
2022 to 2024 Lions offensive coordinator. So it was 2021 then that happened?
Let me see. Was it Anthony Lynn, I believe, right? Yeah, Anthony Lynn, 2021. He was the offense coordinator. He got fired midway through the year after. How many games was he the coach? Oh, it only shows his head coaching record. Let me see. Lions. He got fired on January 10th, 2022.
Okay, so right after the season.
Yeah. He's going to be a 15-point per game. Wait, so you're saying that Pearsall's going to be 15 points per game?
Yeah, he's saying Pearsall.
I can see it. If he
It
crushes,
wouldn't
I can
shock
see
me
it.
at all if Pearsall was a 15-point per game producer this year.
No, I definitely warmed up on him a lot, so I'm going to show some flowers there. I'm nervous not starting Igbuka over Marv. I get that too, to be honest. Like Marv could look like a complete cone, and Igbuka goes like 12 targets in this game. That could happen.
I'm going to be interested. Like, there's going to be like some week 1 panic meter stuff going off if Marvin doesn't have a good game, for sure.
Agreed.
If Marvin doesn't have a good game in this one, people are going to be like, dude, it's the Saints. Maybe you should put up more than 35 yards or whatever he ends up putting up in a bad game.
Kool-Aid McKinstry, Alontae Taylor, top 2 corners.
Yeah, like both Lattimore and Paulson Adebo are no longer there. So,
yeah, that'd be fire. Yes, sir. Shout out Arthur. Start 2 of Igbuka, Hunter, Sutton. I love all 3 of these guys. I'm gonna go with Igbuka and Hunter, but Sutton is a guy I did raise up my rankings once I was doing my tier list because I mean the matchup on paper is absolutely there, and he was an 18-point per game scorer down the stretch week 8 on. So I have Sutton at 26, I have Igbuka at 25, and Hunter at 20. So I would go with the rookies.
For sure. Your rival's in the chat here. He said, believing for Bush to pull through this week in the flock. Hey, if you guys recall, I was down tremendously this time last year to Sal, who hit his name as Sorry Corey because Xavier Worthy fucked me last year as well by scoring an end-around touchdown. And I had to come back and win that. And you know who was the catalyst for me coming back and winning that game? My boy Kaimi Fairbairn with a monster 20-point performance in week 1 last year. And Kaimi, I could see another big one coming for that Los Angeles Rams Texans game here.
Also, Badaki, kind of sad because I want you to beat Zach this week. So we enter rivalry week, both 1-0, so I can give you your first L next week. That's what I want to happen.
Yeah, no, for sure. And yeah, Katz, I think that's a really good idea because we can get people sitting down on the confession cam, giving updates to their team, and I can edit some stuff onto the screen. But I think just getting clips of us just watching the games on Sunday would be not a lot of work on my part too. Like aside from editing and cutting up the clips that I think are good. That would also make it more enjoyable. And Twisted Logic, we are going in chronological order of when the comments were asked. So we are at about 11:15, give or take, in the timestamp of where we're at.
Wait, what?
Where we left off? What time was it? 11:15.
Yeah. I mean, you clicked it before I could look.
Oh, okay. Well, I remember about where we were.
I need a book. 11:06.
11:06. Okay, yeah. So if you ask a question at 12 p.m. or something, like we may not get to it by the end of the stream, but that's why we have to skip the question or skip the line via the Flock League so that people can do that and skip the line there for us. But yeah, Zarif asked his last question there. We got some more people filing into the Flock. JBLD17 has a question here. Start sit, flex option, Romo Dunze versus Travis Etienne. Now, I would love to start a Jaguars running back because I believe very much that the Panthers are an exploitable matchup. However, I have no clue what the split is going to look like between Travis, between Tank, and between Byshell Tootin. So I would definitely lean towards Romo Dunze here because I just feel a little better about his projection. But it wouldn't shock me if we have a nice, okay, this is how the Jags backfield is going to look this year kind of answer to the question after this season or after this first week against the Panthers.
I agree. Good question, though. I mean,
sorry.
I mean, I'm
correct myself. I would start Josh Downs over Romo Dunze.
I mean, by consensus, it's going to be a Dunze because I have a Dunze at 24.
You have a Dunze at 24. Holy shit. I'm not going to say anything because you got salty as hell last time I did.
I mean, the way you react to it is the problem. You're acting like I'm the most...
I just think it's high. That's it.
I mean, I had him ranked 24 going into the season, and it's a great matchup. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, for sure. I have Downs at 31 and I have Odunze at 37. So for me,
I would say 37 is way more egregious than me having him at 24.
Well,
this is
I've already kind of said that I just don't love the game environment of that game. Like I have the whole game kind of downgraded as a result.
I guess we'll find out, and they'll probably rehash this tomorrow night because we wouldn't have seen the game yet.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but we will have seen Josh Downs go 7 for 186.
Harvey or Pollard? Give me Pollard there.
Yeah, I would go Pollard by a country mile there. Daniel Kendrick has a question for us here on the site. Adams, Igbuka, McMillan, Judy, Hunter start to. I definitely McMillan's the highest ranked for me.
McMillan. Adams,
yeah, McMillan's the highest ranked for me of that group, and then I believe Adams is one spot ahead or two spots ahead of Hunter for me in my rankings.
You have McMillan over Adams this week. It's probably because of the Stigley scare, I would assume.
Yeah, that's the main reason for it. I also just love the game environment for McMillan. If you wanted to go McMillan and Hunter just simply for the like correlation of that game shooting out, that's totally fine with me because I do actually have Hunter ranked third of this group. If you wanted to steer away from Adams for that reason, but I would, by my rankings, go McMillan and Adams.
Yeah, and vice versa for me, I would go with Adams and McMillan as well. Actually, vice versa. Same thing as me. I would have Adams and McMillan. I guess I'm just higher on Adams overall this week. He's 14 in my rankings. Like, I really do like Adams because I do think even if he does face Stingley, he's good enough isolated to be able to get over it. And the Rams are still implied for a high team total. And quite frankly, I just don't think they're going to be able to run the football against Houston's front.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. Apparently, the Eagles offered 2 1s, a third, and a fifth for Micah.
Yeah, and we got Kenny Clark and 2 1s. They have to overpay if they want him. So
yeah, no, for sure. I suspect that we didn't make a Micah Parsons offer because Jason Light probably had character concerns on Micah coming out of college, I would imagine.
Maybe.
Because he has since Vernon Hargraves and Robbie Aguayo and some of the guys that they missed on from like a character perspective, they are so easily scared by guys with any semblance of character concerns whatsoever. So, because I think a very easy offer for us to make would have been 2 1s and Yaya, because you get a young pass rusher and we give you 2 1s. But I suspect they didn't even make a call for Parsons because they probably had a character concern on him.
So part of the reason too, obviously egos aside, I mean, you don't just trade Micah to trade him, but I do know that the Cowboys feel very comfortable about their young edge depth because they did take Sam Williams in the second round a couple years ago, missed last year with the ACL tear. He actually generated, I believe, 5 pressures against the Eagles offensive line in week 1. So good step for him. Donovan Ezeraku, their second round pick this year. He was projected to go in the first round on a lot of sites. A lot of people had him as a top 15, top 20 player in the class. That kind of slipped. So he's looking really good. Marshawn Nealon, our second round pick from the year before. We just spend our second round pick on edge rushers basically every year because we got Nealon, we got Sam Williams, we got Donovan Ezeraku, we brought in Dante Fowler, who had
don't forget about Tristan Hill.
Oh, I mean, that guy is urine. He was also a second round pick, funny enough. But we also did bring back Dante Fowler, who had over 10 sacks with the Commanders last year. So I'm assuming the Cowboys' basis is we need a nose tackle here. We get 2 first, and maybe our young guys on the edge can take a step. That's the only way I can elaborate.
I will give you some gas here. Dak played so well in that game. He played super well. He played super well. And Lamb and some of the guys just let him down because they should have won. That last play with Lamb where he popped it off his head, like last couple plays actually, where Lamb got it popped off his hands and Dak played well enough to win that game for sure.
And I get oh shit, Lamb, dude, he had 18 PPR points in a game where he objectively played bad. If he hauls in a couple more of those plays, I feel so validated about having him as my 1 or 2. Dude, he's gonna get 12 targets. That's how I feel about
Ladd being my second round pick.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, he could have easily, if things broke a different way, he could have easily had 30 fantasy points.
Oh yeah, and the one thing that people would say, well, Dak had 1 bad throw, is the one that Quignon dropped, but CD actually slipped on that play. If you actually look at the game,
the timing route.
Well, that's what I mean. It's there were no throws that Dak made that you would question, oh no, he made a bad decision or he made a bad ball. I was ecstatic to watch that. He had a couple times too, Jake Ferguson down the field in the seam that was broken up. I mean, one of them, Jahad Campbell, Tampa 2 running the fucking pole. Did you see that? He climbed the seam, made the play on the ball.
So I'm obviously very satisfied with what we're getting from Mgbuka, but I really did want Jahad Campbell in the draft. That's who I wanted in the draft the whole time.
There was another play too. It was against a 2-high shell. Pickens outside release, as you know, 2-high shell. You're playing press coverage. What's the 3-word terminology or acronym that you always say as a receiver when you're playing press coverage against 2-high?
Sorry, I was looking. There was an update about Judkins. Go ahead.
So we'll talk about that in a second as well. When you are a X wide receiver, on the line wide receiver against press coverage in a 2-high shell, what is the mandatory acronym?
Get vertical, get to the boundary.
Mandatory outside release. You always have to release outside. You have to threaten that. You have to threaten that safety's outside shell, because the only problem that could happen is if you don't run that route 100% and you can't attract that safety over, guess what? That safety almost took Jake Ferguson's head off. And George Pickens had a vertical against press coverage against a cover 2-high, and he just didn't run the route fully, and Jake Ferguson almost got concussed.
Well, there's a reason that it was named after our defense, is because the only way it works, the Tampa 2 defense that
different play. different play.
I know, I'm just saying, like, the reason that Tampa 2 coverage worked so well for Tampa Bay specifically is because John Lynch would take your goddamn head off if you were over the middle. Rondé was covering so much ground as a nickel, and Derek Brooks was the best coverage linebacker in NFL history. So there was a reason that coverage worked so well for Tampa Bay. And Dexter Jackson also was one of the bigger ball hawks in the league at the time at free safety. So, yeah, that I always love to talk about the Tampa 2 coverage.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously that was a bad play by Pickens. Overall, I thought he brought a good amount of effort across the field, like throughout the game. That was one play that was not in his favor. And I mean, the other takeaway we have to have against that Eagles personnel, the amount of motion, the amount of play action shots, like the Cowboys offense objectively looked more on schedule than they had all of last year.
Yeah, they looked really like well prepared for the game, other than some drops and whatnot.
For sure. Who should I flex out of Odunze and Henderson? I started Worthy, so I might need upside. If you need upside, I think you go with Henderson. Going up against the Raiders,
I'd probably go with Henderson regardless, to be honest.
Agreed. It's RB 17 versus wide receiver 24 for me, so they are close.
I have both of them a little bit lower just because I'm a little bit skeptical about the workload for Henderson right away, but I still would. I have him 21 and 36 or 37 or whatever I said for Odunze.
So Genesis, I don't know who Judd M is, but CMC's for sure in your lineup.
I think
JCM maybe like
JCM. That's probably who it is. Yeah, we're going. I mean, start 3. They all would be starters, but if I had to rank them, I'd go McCaffrey and Jaylen Warren, and then JCM or whoever would be last.
I don't want to sit Judy, but half PPR Warren versus Judy would be the sit, and it's close for me.
Yeah, I would sit Warren. I think Judy's
too good of a game environment,
a little bit better.
I agree. This is the question I was referring to. I would go with the Jets defense, but I am rooting for the Cincy defense. Had Lattimore and Dak CD so far in my Dynasty League. Bad start. I'm 30 behind on projections, so I take risks on other picks. I think you got to prioritize upside at that point. If you're projected to be behind 30 points, you need the guys that can break the slate open.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. With Ladd and Dak and those guys not having great games, you got to. Yeah. Who has rough weather did he list there?
I guess they both do.
I didn't hear. The Jags have rough weather too.
Probably a little bit of rain. It's probably not rough. You know how they said like, oh, the Cowboys-Eagles game is going to have a rainstorm, and like, technically speaking, there was a big delay, but like, it didn't impact the game.
Yeah, that game's in Carolina. Let me check the Carolina Panthers weather.
Also, what was the update you had on Judkins? You said you had one.
Oh yeah, there was just it wasn't significant. I just saw Rappaport and stuff talking about it.
Got you.
Also, Adam Thielen will play slot on Monday, but won't play every snap. Just came out as well. It appears that Carolina is supposed to be fine weather-wise, so I don't know where we're seeing that report that he's supposed to have bad weather. The Trevor Lawrence game, that weather's supposed to be fine by the looks of it. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, the game's in Jacksonville. I'm stupid as hell. Hold on. Jacksonville weather. Okay, yeah, there's a chance of lightning midway through the game. That adds up based on our limited experience in the state of Florida.
You know what you like trusting in your offense when there's bad weather?
Travis Etienne. I'm just kidding.
Well, I was gonna say an offensive schemer that can scheme people wide the fuck open.
Agreed. Yeah. Drop a like. Yes. If you guys got your question answered, please drop a like, and also just drop a like because football's back, and also subscribe to the channel. Hello from Germany.
Shout out Bush's mom.
I feel like I did know that, but now I can't remember if I did or not.
Bush's mummy's in chat.
We are. Someone asked later what time we're at. We're still only at 11:10 a.m. So if you guys want to get your question answered, we're also going to sign off of here 10 minutes before lock because we don't want to. We have in 15 leagues. So we don't want to have anything happen into our dynasty rosters and whatnot. Sinister 12 team, half PPR, 3 wide receiver, 1 flex. Had AJ Brown, so I'm down bad. Flex Hunter for upside or Dobbins for the good game script. I think both are good plays, but I would rather start Hunter.
By the way, I do want to show you this. This is from Foxborough, by the way. So this is in New England right now.
Okay, yeah. So it looks like the Raiders and Patriots game might be a no-go for those of you guys that are starting Diggs or Jacoby Myers or basically anybody who's not named Brock Bowers, Trevion Henderson. You're probably not going to want to mess with this game too much.
Yeah, I would agree. By the way, refresh on the site. Do we get? Yeah, okay, we already answered that. Olave or Bigsby flex full PPR makes this tough because it's like
Doesn't
I
make
think
it tough for me. I'd be starting Olave pretty easily.
I think you have to go with Olave, but like I said, I would not be shocked if Bigsby completely tore it up this weekend.
No, it wouldn't shock me either.
You got to go with Olave process-wise, though. 10 targets is 10 targets.
Q in the chat here, he has a site question. Sell me on Hunter over Igbuka. I need convincing. I mean, if you're worried about the weather, the Buccaneers and Falcons is going to be indoors. And to be honest with you, I think I'm probably going to make that change in my rankings, knowing that there is expected some weather concerns. I'm going to move Hunter below Igbuka, and Waddle specifically would be the two players I'm putting in below.
I still can't do it unless you're going to be lowering BTJ as well.
I am going to be lowering BTJ.
Then that's fine. Again, I can't do it personally. You're saying sell me on Hunter over Igbuka.
I can't lower BTJ actually because the two guys that are immediately behind him already played in AJ Brown and Ladd McConkey.
So you said sell me on Hunter over Igbuka. What do you need to be sold on? Like Hunter over Igbuka from a talent perspective? I'm assuming
it's because this matchup, I think.
Oh, okay. Because I assumed it would mean overall. I mean, in this matchup in particular, it's Liam Cohen slot wide receiver against the Carolina Panthers. Weather could be a factor, but I'm honestly just trusting Travis Hunter irregardless. And from a talent perspective, I mean, as good as Igbuka was as a prospect, Travis Hunter legitimately might be the best wide receiver prospect I've ever witnessed.
He's kind of a beast. And other than Emeka Egbuka, he's the best wide receiver prospect I've ever witnessed too.
Is there a universe where I start Jaden Reed, Hunter Renfrow, Dontavian Wicks? No, do not do that.
No, that rain clip was from the Patriots and Raiders game, by the way.
Patriots Raiders, yeah. Bigsby or Hunter in a non-PPR. Give me Hunter there all day, freak.
Yeah.
What's good, Danny and Corey? Appreciate you, G. Shannon.
Also, over under a 44.5 on the Raiders Patriots game. Absolutely beat the shit out of the under with that weather, dude. 44.5, that's going to be hard to get with that weather.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a 22-23 game. I don't think they're scoring that many points in that game.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry.
If you had to, I don't know if you looked at any of the lines for games today. Did you because I was looking at them because I was inputting them into the Vegas information of the weekly start sit. Is there any that you feel really good about if you've looked at any of them?
I haven't what are you referring to in terms of over-unders?
Just over-unders or spreads or anything like that.
So it's funny that we're just talking about Travis Hunter and the Jaguars because the one that I have on that game. Let me take a look here. Let's go to my sports book. I got to log in real quick because I actually did place a couple.
I think the Falcons and Bucks going over 47.5 feels like a pretty safe one. I kind of maybe hear me out on this one. I kind of like the Sharps are thinking that the Giants Commanders game could be close, but I think that the Commanders could beat the shit out of them, to be honest.
Let me know if you like this one, by the way. Plus 1,000 on this. Jaguars money line, Trevor Lawrence 2+ passing touchdowns, Travis Hunter 90+ receiving yards, plus 1,000.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That obviously the Michigan
90 receiving yards for Trav is pretty deep for sure.
I juiced it up because it was set at 50 and I juiced it to 90 just because I wanted a little bit more of the odds there. What was the other ones I made? Okay, this one we have Rams to beat the Texans. Okay. Just straight up, minus 155. The one that I am going against the grain here, it's at 425. It's a plus 124. We just mentioned that the Packers' run defense could be atrocious without Kenny Clark in week 1. And if Micah Parsons is on a pitch count, I think the Lions are going to win that game. So I did pick Detroit to win in Green Bay as well. 2.5-point underdog. So got that at plus 124. We got the Patriots straight up beating the Raiders this week. And we got the Falcons, unfortunately, taking down your Buccaneers.
Just because Falcons money line?
I mean, I'm getting plus 114 for a home team in a divisional game. I think process-wise, I have to take it.
Oh, I'm taking the Bucs today, baby. No bias, though.
With that being said, $20 to win 260 on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna build one right here because I like the under on Raiders Patriots. I like the under on Bengals Browns simply because I don't think the Browns will score very many points. And I think it could be like a 36-10 type of win or whatever for the Bengals. Maybe I should just take the Bengals minus 5.5. Actually, I'm just gonna take the Bengals minus 5.5 because I think they'll beat the crap out of them.
Dude, we're hoping for a couple pick sixes. Am I right?
And I'm betting with my heart with the last one, but I'm gonna take the Bucs minus 1.5 because I do think we'll do some damage. You know what? Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. That's a stupid ass move because I'm going to just be tilted for two reasons. If the Bucs don't win, I'll stay away from that game. I like the over in the Dolphins and Colts game. So I'm going to go with that one instead. 47.5 is the over under in that one. So we'll roll with this. This is at plus 945 with a profit boost here. So we'll roll this one, see what we get.
For sure.
Go.
Happy Sunday, Buko or Travion, full PPR. Give me Trevion here. I think Trevion might go off this week and all. I mean, I think both might go off, but I mean, against the Raiders, dude, weather game, like Trevion Henderson could fucking be the only guy on the field that can actually run.
Yeah, I could see Genty and Trevion having their coming out games if it's just a weather game for sure.
Let's hope so. You guys have him ranked way too low on the expert ranking. Should be in the.
That was about Justin Herbert that he was talking about.
Yeah, and you are right,
dude. Danny Dimes' MVP campaign would be as loud of a victory lap for me as Travis Hunter being a top 10 receiver would be for Danny.
Shout out Christian, by the way. Appreciate you in here, brother. Yo, what's up? Ocho Ball start 2 out of DK, Waddle, and Pearsall. I have DK and Pearsall back to back at 38 and 39, and I do have DK higher from a process standpoint because of the volume.
I have Pearsall higher than him.
I've considered doing it, dude. Like,
I'd rather start Ricky. To be honest.
How far are they between you?
One spot, but I would rather start. They're one spot apart, but and I have Waddle like a full tier ahead of both of them. Yep. So Waddle would be easy number one for me here.
So I'm assuming, Waddle's the number one, but I mean, like you have Pearsall and DK ranked higher than me, but Pearsall ranked higher specifically. So out of our rankings, Pearsall is appearing the highest despite having the same discrepancy. So go Pearsall.
Yeah, I'd go Pearsall and Waddle there. It did make no sense. But Travis or Marvin, I would roll with Marvin there. CMC.
Yes, sir.
Go Khalil Shakir there, Jordan. I think you want that piece of that game environment. About to crush this New Mexico breakfast.
Shakira.
Facts. Okay, this was everyone giving us their usernames. Olave or Hunter, full PPR. You go Hunter there. Nick.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Metcalf has a starter. Should I sit him for Stephon Diggs or Khalil Shakir?
I would start Metcalf over those options.
Not over Diggs for me, but yeah.
I would, given the weather.
That's a good point. I probably have.
I would have done it actually before that, but they were 2 spots apart before the weather, and now I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move Diggs down. He was my wide receiver 35. I'm gonna move him down below Olave, Odunze, Golden, and Ridley now to wide receiver 40. I think.
We got the report. Travis Hunter will play in the slot at wide receiver in week 1.
I'm gonna move Jacoby Myers down a little bit too.
Hey, what you know about Liam Cohn, kingmaker from the slot, baby? Let's get it.
Liam Cohn is a kingmaker from the slot, indeed. Do we know anything about Reed and Wicks yet? Unfortunately, we don't because they play at 4:25, so we won't hear about inactives until midway through the main slate. As of now, it appears that Reed is probably likely to play based on everything that we can see there. I'll take a look quickly on Twitter if there's any updates on Jaden Reed because I'm also curious. I'm not going to play him, but I do kind of like his projection if he's able to stay healthy this year. Jaden Reed literally 1 minute ago. Jaden Reed dealing with a foot injury and questionable is expected to play today.
Decoy
by Ian Rappaport. So it looks like Jaden Reed is slated to be playing today.
Hey, decoy.
Yeah. Hey, you know what else is in common there, Danny, with the Green Bay Packers?
What's up?
Depoy that you traded him.
Ha 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 ha! Good one, Unk.
Yeah, that was a great one.
No, that was a knee slapper.
That was a dad joke.
Question for Corey. Yeah, facts, Michael. We already answered this, I believe, but
I said Hunter.
Thanks, beauties. Appreciate you, Saber. So Waddle or Igbuka, then we would go with Igbuka there, Chase. Also, apologies if you're not in the stream anymore because that was an hour and 20 minutes ago. I stashed Judkins in my draft. News is looking good. Yes, sir. Pretty sure it's Caleb Colvin. Yes, sir. I believe I sent that out, unless you did, right? You sent Caleb this thing?
Yeah, I sent him one.
Dope. Which rookie you guys hire on for this week? I mean, we've answered this a ton of times, but
the answer was Hunter, but I swapped it with Igbuka given the potential weather concerns. I only moved Hunter down 2 spots, but Igbuka was one of those 2 spots.
Yeah, I'm still Hunter. I am still Mr. Trav.
What do we got here? Drop Najee for Freiermuth. I mean, why? I have Goddard as my tight end 1, Henry, Gibbs, Sharps, Mixon as 1. Yeah, I mean, just hold Najee. There's no point. What is Freiermuth gonna do?
Dude. Marv, Walker, or Ricky? Give me Walker here, Anthony.
I would probably start. I feel like we answered this already. I think I would start Walker, sorry, but yeah, Ricky, Marv would be close. Sit 1, full PPR. Golden, Odunze, Hunter, and Henderson. I would personally sit Golden there.
Yeah. Wow.
But it would be close between him and Odunze for me.
Yes, we did just let you know there, Eli. Smith, Pickens for Roman and Bryce, Danny Bush.
I want Smith and Pickens all day there.
If you have wide receiver depth, give me Roman Rice.
I just think you're putting yourself really behind the 8 ball. Those are I would presume
it depends what your depth
is
that
you're giving up for a guy that may not work out, and then another guy who's suspended 6 games.
So I'm way higher on Rome than you. I definitely don't think may not work out's the right way to phrase him. However, if you have wide receiver depth, dude, Rashee Rice might be like a top 5 wide receiver down the stretch, and you are 1 game removed or 1 game less on the suspension than the guy who drafted him.
I would only do this if these were bench players for you. If these are starting players for you, I wouldn't do this.
If this is a 2 wide receiver, 1 flex league, you have to do it. You have to.
Why though?
Because Rashee Rice is by far the best player on the field.
I don't really think he is necessarily.
Dude,
I think he's the best player in the deal once he's healthy, but you also don't get him for 6 games, and I don't think it's
5 games.
A massive,
5 games.
Well, yeah, 5 games now.
It is dude. I
don't think it's a massive discrepancy between Smith and Pickens and what Rice is going to produce, to be honest. I think that it's going to be like 15, 16 points per game versus like 17, 18.
Xavier Worthy just dislocated his shoulder. Rashee Rice might get 12 targets a game when he comes back, dude.
Maybe.
Like, you cannot tell me that Smith and Pickens are the same.
I have him in our listener league, so I hope so. But
I mean, if this is how high you are on him, maybe I got to send you an offer.
It's not that I'm just high on Pickens and Smith.
Oh, so am I. But I mean, as much as I love those two, Rice is very clearly probably 3 tiers above them in fantasy when he's healthy.
No way, dude. No way.
What?
I'll give you 1 tier above him.
Dog, what? Also, I gotta wipe my leg. I just picked this guy.
That's gross. That's disgusting. All right. Start one. Sorry. Full PPR, Rome, Golden. Okay. We already talked about this. I would go with Downs, Augustus. Start Trevor Lawrence, Purdy, or Caleb. I believe I have Trevor Lawrence the highest of that group because I'm not excited about the Vikings matchup for Caleb, and I'm not overly excited about Purdy's matchup against the Seahawks defense that knows this offensive scheme very well because they practice against it every single day. So I would say Trevor Lawrence would be my preferred option there. Already have Evans starting. Should I start Igbuka or Pearsall? I don't really care that you have Evans starting already. I would still start Igbuka over Pearsall, even with Evans out there. Tracy, Garrett Wilson, or Tank last flex. I would go with Garrett Wilson there.
I'm going Tracy.
Oh, really? Oh, I want to bet that. You gonna go Garrett Wilson?
I mean, we don't know what the scoring is, but what do we?
Would do PPR.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume you'd like PPR, preferably.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the assumption if no one gives it to us. I'm not. If it's half, it's a closer conversation for me.
Fair. Fuck it, jot it down.
I got it. What is your prediction for Hunter Renfrow? Yeah, we talked about that already. Yeah, we already talked about that. Are you Nathan's the talk? No. I mean, I'm the one who came in last and just lost one of my receivers, so maybe we should hold off on Nathan being the taco. At the very least, we're like a taco duo.
Do not drop Dylan Sampson, please.
I would rather have Jaden Higgins than Dylan Sampson right now, to be honest with you. Knowing that Judkins just signed, I would rather have Jaden Higgins. For Menenga, no, but for Higgins, I would pick him up. Think about where these 2 guys were drafted as well. Sure. Like Higgins was like 3-4 rounds ahead of Dylan Sampson, even if you think Sampson was undervalued by a round or 2.
It depends who your running backs are, realistically.
Yeah, I want Higgins there. With Kirk's injury, he's going to be out at least this week, potentially longer, was the report. Like, it's not out of the range of outcomes that he gets put on the IR, Christian Kirk.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Also, yeah, my apologies there. I did not mean to say that about the...
Danny Leakin, LOL. Aren't you a nurse, Claire? RJ Harvey or Ricky Pearsall in PPR. I would go with Ricky Pearsall there.
Pearsall. Yeah.
Good morning, gentlemen. What's going on, Andrew? Is Golden startable today? Yeah, it depends what other options you have.
Dude,
yeah.
Thank God you read that as startable. I'm like, what the fuck is a
Golden star table today? I don't know how people are down on Hampton. I mean, he didn't look excellent. I'll give people that, but yeah, it was one of the best run defenses in the league. So,
Dylan, him saying that Rice and Pickens and Smith are the same tier when Rice comes back. I know what you mean.
I said he's 1 tier ahead of them. Rashee Rice, when healthy,
you got to stop hating on Rashee Rice.
Well, based on your draft rankings, he was also 1 tier ahead, for what it's worth. When Rice was getting suspended, he was in the JSN
No,
T.
he was
Higgins
not.
tier.
No, he was not, dude. I was drafting him in the mid-second.
Okay, well, now that we know that he is suspended, he's in the JSN whatever tier, assuming you're as high on him as you can possibly be.
So I was
And
drafting
Smith
him.
and Pickens were right into that next tier for me.
I was drafting him in the mid to back end second with the assumption that Xavier Worthy would take a step up. If Xavier Worthy is out for the season, the moment that Rashee Rice comes back, he's going to be a top 8 wide receiver in fantasy.
Okay, that's definitely.
I don't rank above AJ Brown.
That's very reasonable. That's very, but he's also still going to miss 5 games, so that knocks him down.
Which is why I said if you're in a 2 wide receiver, 1 flex league, you're going to have enough depth to be able to make up these next 5 weeks. You do it every time. If you're in a 2 wide receiver, 2 flex, okay, it depends on who your depth is. Like I will say, there's a caveat. If you start 0-1 and you don't have depth, like you can't afford trading for Rashee Rice. But if you can afford to and you have a great amount of depth, dude, go acquire Rashee Rice. And in fact, I mean, if I win this week in the listener league, it sounds like I do have to make you an offer.
Yeah, that's fair. Do we have any questions that came in under the wire? Okay, we are still good. We'll try and get as many as we can. Where I just missed off where we are here. Trying to find where we left off. Hold on.
Where we left off, probably like 11:20 area.
Yeah, I'm looking for it here. Okay.
I mean, we got 5 more minutes.
Hey, what's up, ladies? Here, hold on. Let me do my impression of the Canadian guy from Grown Ups here. Hey, what's up, ladies?
Who
didn't ear destroy anybody there?
Somebody said that somebody in the Flock League looks like that guy. Fuck.
Mason, probably. Like the Saskatchewan guy, the only person in the Flock League that looks even remotely like him is Mason. So.
Let me see. Yo, I can see it. Look.
Yeah. Of anybody in the league, it's definitely. Oh, actually, Nick kind of looks like him a little bit.
Yo, yeah, but like Nick is Brock Bowers.
Like him a little bit.
Yeah, but he's Brock Bowers.
Well, with a better hairline on Nick, he would look like him.
Hey, yeah, but Nick's Brock Bowers.
Yeah, Nick is Brock Bowers for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. You got where we left off now?
Yeah, I lost it again. Hold on.
I think there's 4 minutes left, so we'll see what we can get through. Appreciate you guys, by the way, for tuning in. About 2 hours on the stream, and just happy we got through some of the site.
It looks like Ginger Ale sent one in under the gun here. That's
a classic.
Yeah, we did. We did get one in under the gun from Ginger Ale here. Bush, we dealing. This is a trade he offered me. Yeah, so, brother, I don't know if you see this. I have Brock Purdy ranked higher than CJ Stroud in Dynasty, so there's no way I'm giving you Chuba Hubbard also.
Jesus.
Like, I'm not giving you Brock Purdy plus for a guy who I have ranked higher.
Or lower than Brock Purdy.
Yeah, like I have Purdy ranked higher than CJ Stroud. So I'm not doing this.
Am I just incredibly orange today?
You might be a little bit, yeah.
It definitely has to be the lighting, right?
Yeah, it is. It's probably the lighting.
Also, go to Thomas's question. He said he left one. What?
The Bucks moved Graham Barton to left tackle?
Wait, Wirfs is out?
Yeah, Wirfs was expected to be out.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he was making it back.
So Ben Bredesen's playing center, which I think is fine. Mike Jordan's playing at left guard.
Michael Jordan, baby.
For all the talk of confidence in Charlie Heck, they're moving 2 players and starting a practice squad player instead of Charlie Heck at left tackle, who was supposed to be our swing tackle, unless he's hurt or something.
Also, Thomas said we were, by the way, shout out Dev Nate. Appreciate you, brother. Hammered Bengals -4.5. Let's get it. Go Hunter over Igbukah, but Bush would go with Igbukah. Sorry, I'm trying to find. Thomas said he left a question and he was nearby. So because he's been here for a while, let's quickly touch it.
Also, Ginger Ale said, "No, I mean, what do you want? You're getting smoked." So he's saying, "What do I want in addition to this?" Okay. Well, looking at your receiver core, like I'd have to get a receiver back.
George Pickens.
George Pickens.
That's relatively fair.
It's relatively fair. I would like.
Let me guess. Bush is going to put on a 2-for-3 swap because he loves doing that.
I mean, I just don't have any incentive to make this deal. Like that's the only, like it's just, I'm not doing anything except for downgrading my quarterback production in my eyes, because Pickens versus Chuba Hubbard on a weekly basis is going to be relatively the same type of flex production that I'm getting. And yeah, I guess I need wide receivers a little bit more than I need running backs, but it's just not, there's no reason for me to make this move. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel excited about this move.
No, I feel you. So, I mean, like if you do send him a 2-for-3 swap, you'd heavily consider it.
Then why'd you say I was interested? I am interested. It's just looking at your team. I just like think it's a lateral move based on like to be honest with you, unless I'm kind of fleecing you, I just don't really feel like doing it.
By the way, Chef Boy, I do not see you on our back end. So unless you've used our code, you do not show up for us.
I think, yeah, I don't know. My God, my love for JMO goes so deep. That's all. Yeah. Shout out to Land. It looks like Zach's in the chat here. By the way, I didn't think you were dunking on me.
No. That was funny though.
Too, and I have, honest to God, dude, if JMO cooks this year, it's going to affect me in a very positive way for my Underdog best ball portfolio and other fantasy leagues. So I'm totally cool if JMO cooks me in that trade.
I will say that close up of fucking Zach's face in that tweet was so funny.
Bush only sends fleece trades. What do you mean, dude? I literally get fleeced every other trade in the flock league.
Tom, just leave your comment right now, dude. I literally can't find it in chat. Just leave it here and I'll answer it. Yeah, because you've been in here for a while. Bush only sends fleece trades. I don't even look at them.
I did happen to send him a trade this morning that may be construed as a fleece trade. I thought BMAC could use a quarterback, so I sent him Tua for a first and a second, which I thought it was a fair value for Tua.
Bro, what'd you send him?
I thought he needed a quarterback, so I sent him. I have Tua as my fourth quarterback, and I sent him a 1 and a 2 for Tua. Which
that's not bad.
That's not a fleece trade. And then the other trade I sent him was I have J.K.
Wait,
Dobbins.
You wanted his 1 and 2?
I wanted his 1 and 2.
Oh no, okay, no, fucking BMAC, do not do that in the situation of your team.
Well, he knows. So I don't know what you think of your team. That's why I thought you were competitive. If you thought you were a competitive team, that's why I was trying to make the deal.
Yeah, Thomas, post it. Don't worry, brother. I appreciate you, Tom. Just post it and we'll answer it for sure. It's 2 a.m. here. Let's get it. Yeah, I thought you wanted Tua from him and you were giving him a 1 and 2.
And the other trade I offered him was I didn't know what he thought of his team. If he was a competitive team, I offered him JK. Okay, well, I don't know what you think of your team. A lot of BMAC, you know how many teams I've thought were dog shit, and then when I offer them stuff for their competitive assets, they go, "I'm competing, bro."
Yeah, no, that is wild. Also, yeah, Tom, please leave it in the chat as soon as possible because we will be signing out like basically right after. And again, appreciate you, Jake, for being in there. Hopefully, you got the value from that voucher we sent over.
And we have to go to the
Buffalo.
Places I drafted my best ball mania teams were Buffalo, Chicago, and Austin, Texas. That's where I drafted my best ball teams this year. So you're insulting my... No, I just don't know. I just don't know what you think of your team. Some people think differently about their teams.
Eckler, Tracy, James Conner, ETN, full PPR start too. So very easily off the top, James Conner's in your lineup. And it'd be between Eckler and Tracy. I do have Tracy a little bit higher, but fuck, man. Eckler and Tracy are in the same tier for me. And honestly, you could pick out of a hat here.
My trade went through.
Which one?
I offered Karma Chameleon a trade. AJ just said I fleeced.
Oh, hell no.
I don't think I fleeced him. I don't actually remember what I sent. Hold on. Let me look.
Hopefully that helped you, Tom. We gotta. So you.
I think I may have fleeced him. I don't know. We'll see.
That's a great deal for you. Did he accept after he watched QJ?
Yeah. He offered me for QJ this morning. And he traded me QJ initially because remember I traded him for Achan and he gave me QJ in the deal.
I tried to get Chase Brown off of him this week. That's actually so funny.
So the trade I offered Karma Chameleon was I offered him Jonathan Taylor and QJ for Chase Brown and Javonte Williams. Now I don't think you're saying I obliterated him. I don't think I obliterated him in that trade. I think that's a relatively fair deal. I think Chase Brown's a slight tier up from Jonathan Taylor. And I offered him Javonte Williams and QJ are about equal, give or take. Maybe QJ even if he breaks out, continues to play well. He's a young receiver. He was first round pick.
I offered him Kyron for Chase Brown. That's what I did after the contract extension. Good luck, boys. Appreciate you, Mason. Let's get to work.
I gotta get my lineup set now that I have no more Jonathan Taylor.
For those of you that didn't watch the recent Flock League vlog, make sure you go do so because Mason may or not have a special announcement in that video.
Yeah. Bush, the fantasy gods just need a little more humility for you to no longer be cursed. Hey, I'm switching, dude. You can't blame me for trying here. There's no Jets jersey behind me anymore, which is going to go a long way in increasing my luck in this league because the Jets are a sorry ass franchise.
We got to head out, by the way. I got to set my lineup, dude.
Okay, yeah, we'll sign off here. Appreciate you guys. Good luck today. Hopefully the fantasy gods are on your side. And AJ, I agree. I think Chase is worth more than JT, but I don't think it's a major discrepancy in value. I think JT versus Chase is decently fair in terms of a trade offer. But yeah, I wanted a little bit of age on the side of Chase Brown, which is why I made the move.
Yep. I thought you were going to keep going on a diatribe, which is why I kept going like that.
No.
We would prefer Chase Brown. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. 2 hours so far, about 500 left in the stream. We are going to be ending off because we actually have to set our lineups. But the one lasting sentiment you got to have here, FSEO all over in the flock, baby. We are matching
only
up
one of us can win this week, but good luck to us for the rest of the season.
Only one of us can win this week. Only one of us can win on the season, but I will see you in the title game.
Hopefully.
Let's get it.
Hopefully Xavier Worthy didn't die.
All right.